Beaver, away!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Critscast. Is this right? We got Highlander 2 days in a row. That's right, but it is not the grand final. Don't get too excited. We're checking out Division 1 today, as we're going to take a look at another semi-final as these teams battle it out to try and get a passage into Prem for Season 18. We have the second and third seeds today, as we have Weedcake Sellers in one corner come up against Victory Road. The winner of this best of three will go on to play HLPugs.tf in the grand final. Of course, the winner of that does qualify for Prem in Season 18. Pretty intense. If you take a look at the table this season, it has been fairly close. At the top, we had HLPugs.tf pretty much strolling to the first seed, just dropping one golden cap loss throughout the season. 28 points is pretty beastly indeed. While Weedcake Sellers with 19, fairly respectable, one more than their opponents tonight. Victory Road, those two teams just edging out Tourette Briscola Club, who came in fourth, just 3 points away from the playoff spots. Meanwhile, La Maison des Putains and Doctors of Mediocrity finished up the Division 1 table. But we're going to concentrate on the two teams we're going to be seeing here tonight. Trying to fix my my life. What's going on here? I can't click on anything. Proky. I'm joined by Proky anyway. I was going to say, joining me is somebody else who's already qualified themselves for a starting berth. Oh god, gotta get my head back in the game here. Starting berth in a grand final, as Proky will be playing in the grand final for Premiership in the coming days with Wiethoofd on the production. Proky, are you excited about this game? Are these two teams kind of, potential Prem teams for the future?
Definitely. They both have players who have been around for a bit. Been touching. Weedcake has been touching Prem for a couple of seasons now with their players, so it should be a good close game.
It should be interesting indeed. I mean, of course, the winner of this doesn't get into Prem, but they do kind of. They are going to be pushing for a spot as they are going to be playing against HLPugs.tf. We can take a look at the pick bands as well. I'm sure Wiethoofd can work his magic and get those up on the screen for you. And Weedcake Sellers as the highest seed, that 1 point advantage they have. They had a golden cap loss instead of an actual loss. So they get 1 extra point from the regular season. So they are the highest seed. And they decided their first ban was going to be banning Gully Wash, so removing the only 5CP map out of the pool there. Meanwhile, Victory Road banned Steel, so taking away the any attack defense map. And of course, Steel is one of those kind of maybe a bit of a coin flip map. Some teams really like it, some teams don't like it. And clearly, Victory Road were not comfortable playing it against Weedcake Sellers. The first pick for Victory Road, they went to Badwater, and then Weedcake Sellers said, hey, you know what, we're going to pick the other payload map as well, Upward, with the decider being Product. So, I mean, hey, if those of you who watched last night in the Prem game, we had Badwater, Upward, and I believe it was Coal Plant. So pretty much double payload again, guaranteed, with the potential of going to a decider on a King of the Hill map. Pretty interesting. I mean, what do you think is like the popularity, Proky, of payload? We were talking earlier, like people just picking payload in the playoffs at the moment.
I mean, I'm not really sure. I mean, when you look at Victory's roster, I'd assume with the 6 players they have, they would want Koff and 5CP, but they opted to pick payload there, so I guess they're feeling confident about it.
I mean, yeah, it's payload is that kind of staple, I guess, but King of the Hill seems to be maybe the secondary behind payload for all of these teams. We can take a look at the rosters as well. Wiethoofd again is going to press some magic buttons and get those up. And I'm going to take a look at the Weedcake Sellers, who are, like I said, the top seed here. They are the second seed going into this semi-final. And on Scout, they have Spans. Soldier is Bees. Pyro is Sis. I believe it's Sis, not SYS. I think it's Sis, yeah. Demo Man is Murphy. Now, a lot of these names you probably recognize from playing in the past. Sort of Spans, Bees, Murphy, Zamperoni. These are all players who've played for the likes of Open Squad in Prem in the most recent seasons. So, there is Premiership experience here. Extra Solar on Heavy. He was my co-caster last night, so you heard him talking last night. You're going to be seeing him fragging, hopefully, tonight. On Medic is Buck, who for me has always been a heavy main, but seems to be transitioning over the past few months to a medic role. Denkra on Sniper, and then Fire, who I believe is the team captain, is going to be on Spy. And Proky, do you want to run us through the Victory Road lineup?
Yeah, so on Scout we have Carbo and Soldier Mex, both from the same Sixers team a few seasons ago, I believe. Then Nakari on Pyro, Fluo, the Prem Sixers Soldier on Demoman, Pigman on Heavy, NRG on NG, Snow replacing Ace on Medic, Lucian Sniper, and then 20 grams on Spy.
So you talked about Snow replacing Ace on Medic there. So Ace was their main medic through the regular season. Is this like a last-minute change?
Yes, we were scrimming the Victory Road. Failer was 2 nights ago, and I believe Ace left the team after those scrims, so they brought in Snow to replace him.
Do you think that's going to have a big kind of effect on them here? Because last-minute changes to your lineup can be quite detrimental. I mean, we were talking last night about the Prem teams having big changes over the course of a season, but sort of changes just before playoffs. So how much do you rate, like, this Victory Road side? Do you think they have a chance of taking it here despite being the lower seed?
I think they do. They have a lot of up-and-comers on that team. And I think Ace main cooled, so they might have to adapt their playstyle to a new main cooler. But there's definitely a lot of up-and-comers, like Pigman and Lucian in particular, I think could do a lot of work here.
Okay, I mean, like, the way that I look at it, because I'm going to raise my hand, I'm going to say I haven't been following the Division 1 games as such. I know a lot of people have been trying to keep me up to date, and I have been looking at the teams, but I would say that looking at the two teams, you've kind of got some slight veterans against up-and-comers, as you've put them. Like, the like of the Weak Cake Sellers, a lot of these players have played in Prem. Spans, Murphy, Zamp, they all played. Like, Zamp's played in a Prem final with Failer before. A lot of these players have played at a high level, whereas perhaps on Victory Road, a lot of these players have been around for a long time. I mean, Mex is a Soldier. He's been around for a long time. I remember playing sixes for him or against him for a long time, like many years now. And Fluo is definitely not a new player on the block. He's been around at the high level of sixes as well, playing in Prem and stuff like that. But, maybe in Highlander terms, it's kind of the experienced expected winners, perhaps, against the slight underdogs. How did they play? Like, do you know how they rated against each other in the season? Was it close, or was there a more dominant side?
I'm not sure how they played in the reg season, but I would expect Weak Cake to be more dominant. But judging by the points, they've definitely been very close to each other.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, it was 1 point. 1 point. That was just, the Weak Cake Seller is getting a golden cap loss, which in King of the Hill and in this season, I think it's the first season, or maybe last season was where it was introduced. If you lose a map on King of the Hill 3-2, then instead of that counting as a 3-0 win, 3 points win for the team, you only get 2 of the points. So the team that gets 2 rounds and the defeat gets a point. So obviously that's what's happened with the Weak Cake Sellers. So you're kind of saying Weak Cake Sellers may be the favourites. Who do you think for Victory Road is going to need to stand out? Who's kind of their big kind of star? If you had to pick like 1 or 2 people who are the star players for each team, who would you say it would be?
For Victory Road, I'll go with Lucian and Fluo. I'd say if those two are popping off, then they can make it really hard for Weak Cake Sellers to win. I did just look up the regular season match between these two teams, and Victory Road actually took that 5-1 with a 5-0 win on Gully Wash and a 3-2 golden cap on Coal Plant. So we can definitely see why Weak Cake banned Gully Wash there.
That is something that we see quite often, isn't it? Like, the teams play each other in the regular season. One team may have an extremely strong result against the others, and then they're just kind of like, we just don't want to correct our wrongs on that map. We just want to get it out of the map pool. So totally understandable, really. So I mean, yeah, Victory Road maybe coming in as the lower seeds, don't have as many map choices, so to speak. They only had the 1 out of the 3 to choose. But Weak Cake Sellers losing that game against Victory Road in the regular season, maybe that's going to be playing on their minds as well. So looking at this map here, we got Badwater. Badwater is the first map of the season. And I know a lot of people complain about certain points in this map, but I still do think it's a fairly balanced map. I think it's pushable on all points. There's many advantage points as you're pushing third. Don't at me. But who do you think is going to be the favourite here? Like, I mean, Sniper is always something we look at. Payload, you're a Sniper man yourself, Proky. You know all about how important you are on a thing like Badwater or Upward. Who's going to be like, how do you think the Sniper battle's going to go here? We got Lucian versus Denkra here. Denkra arguably with the more experience, but Lucian, kind of arriving on the scene and has been doing pretty well.
I would expect Denkra will probably come out on top here, especially if it gets a bit chaotic, just because of his experience before. And he's played Badwater against top teams for a long time now, so I think he'll be able to pull it out for his team.
Okay. That's interesting. It does look like the teams are readying up now. He says with bated breath, hoping, no, we're unreadying in. Fire's baiting me. Oh no, he's reloading now. I think we are readying up. So we are going to be starting here. And it is going to be Victory Road in the blue. They are going to be attacking first, trying to set as fast a time as possible. Trying to get all the way to that last point. And once the round is over, then the defensive team at the moment, Weak Sellers will try to beat that time. And it is a best of 3. This is ETF2L. We play to best of 3 all the way through the season, including in the playoffs. So in the playoffs, it is a best of 3 on each payload map. We could be in for a long night, Proky. I hope you've got a drink, some snacks, something to keep you awake.
Yeah,
if we do go to a third map.
And it looks like there's going to be an RR, as someone's left the
nice.
game already. Timed out, I believe.
30 seconds.
So we're already off to a good start here.
That's good. I mean, what's the time now? I mean, it's not Highlander if we start on time. We'll see what happens. But I'm gonna put you on the spot straight away. You've said Weak Sellers are probably the favourites here, but this map in particular, Badwater, it is Victory Road's choice. Which way do you think it's gonna go?
I still stick with my guns and saying Weak Sellers will probably pull it out, but I wouldn't be surprised if they dropped around here. But I definitely think it's in their game to lose, I would say, with all their experience and players.
Yeah, it looks like we are going to be having an R here because I think a player from both teams, each team had a player drop. So it could play 88 Highlander the old way, if you can remember that far back. Or maybe I'm just being old, who knows. But yeah, we are just going to have an R. It's a little bit more pre-game, just not feeling warmed up, just got to get into the situation. So you think Weak Sellers might drop around, but they're going to come all the way and win this first map. So based on that and the fact that they've picked upward, are you going to think like Weak Sellers are going to take this in 2 maps?
I think Weak will take it in 2 maps. Yeah, I think both maps are probably going to be Golden Cap, but I'd be surprised if you go to Product. But if you do go to Product, I definitely think VR have a really good chance of beating them on that map with their DM classes.
Okay, interesting. I mean, that's probably what's playing in their minds at the moment. That's kind of when you're in a situation in a final. I mean, I've played in finals where I've had the map advantage, but also the map disadvantage. And definitely when you've had the disadvantage, you're kind of thinking, okay, like they've got 2 map choices. If we can get to this map, I remember thinking about that against Chess Club in exactly the same situation. Like if we can just survive and win one of these maps and we take it to Product, then we could potentially do it. So maybe you're totally right. And that's what Victory Road's thinking here. And this is essentially their map choice, this first one. This is the map they chose. So, maybe they're thinking they can win this map, and then they've got two flips of the coin to try and get the next one. Because all they need to do is win 2 maps out of the 3. Then we're going through to the final to HL Pugs DF. I mean, we often see like a strong team in second, but these 2 teams do seem quite equal. Do you think any of them will have like an eye on the final? Because HL Pugs seem to have a very dominating season so far.
I don't think any of them will have an eye on the final yet, because how close they were in the regular season. So I don't think they'll be thinking that far ahead yet. Gotta get past this game first.
I mean, we do have another person disappearing from the game. I think it's Qua is left and rejoined. I'm going to ask for a cheeky extra prediction here, Proky. Again, putting you on the spot.
What's up?
If either of these teams get through to the final, do you think they can beat HL Pugs?
No.
Ooh,
I
bold.
don't
Not
think
even
they will.
hesitating. My man.
I don't know. HL Pugs probably have the best players in the division on each class. So it would be a big upset if they don't take the title for Div 1 this season. Interesting.
Of course, winning in Div 1 gets you a nice little medal. Div 1 winners medal, but I think the thing most people want is that automatic qualification for Prem. Just get into the division and you're guaranteed to be playing for Season 18. So either of these teams could be taking one of those spots. They could win this semi-final and win the final. But first they have to get through this first hurdle. And we are back to where we were maybe 3 minutes ago. with Victory Road in the blue, attacking first, and Weak Excellers in the red. They'll be defending, they'll be trying to beat Victory Road's time. Victory Road did choose this map, this is their map choice, but Weak Excellers picking the next two as they did have the map pick advantage, being the higher seed. So, you know, if you're wanting to cheer for the underdog, I would say Victory Road are probably the slight underdogs, like maybe the dog is slightly lower than the other dog, because they did beat them in the regular season. I think it's going to be a close one. We'll see how it goes. Anything you see interesting on the defense here, proky? Sentry positions or anything like that?
Murphy's got a nice sticky trap in the bush, which I don't think a lot of teams check at all. So
There's a bush on this map?
Yeah, on first. I'm expecting that to get at least 2-3 kills on the cart. But I'm going to get on the fluid cam for this sack wave.
Yeah, normally we do see the attacking teams sending in the soldier, the demo, just players flying in mechs, getting into position now. And try and get a force or something on the med. Just try and get that Uber out of the way, because pushing in Uber versus Uber is not good. But Fluid jumps in there, lots of damage onto Buck. He takes so much. He's dodging, he's weaving. I think he picked up a sandwich there because he got a little chunk of health from something, and he doesn't pop the Uber. So unsuccessful first sack wave, but that was close.
Yeah, it was. I expected another one to come in there, but Buck definitely with the dodges there, keeping himself alive. But Lucian is peeking his Gay Rock, as it's called, and he's got looking for a silent, gets Denkra. But I think he was looking for more there.
I mean, killing the sniper is pretty big. Taking down the sniper allows you to go through different angles, and it means no one has to really worry about just being randomly insta-killed as strong as the sniper is. And you look at Lucian right now, he's really far up on this far side. Fire was trying to keep an eye on him, maybe go for the pick, but gets caught out by Nakari. And look, the sentry goes down. Next, not even running the direct hit, takes down that sentry. That is a huge thing out of the way. Really, so much pressure, extra solid has the Uber used onto him as he went down really low there. And TXX is going to use the Uber much later. I think that's Snow. And they're going to be chasing here. Thor on the demo is Fluo. People changing their names. It's going to be on the chase. Extra Solar so weak, but does survive thanks to those Fists of Steel. And that's pretty comprehensive first push there.
Yeah, definitely. They Weak Excellers took that trade there, and they ended up just losing it really badly. They had to Uber first as well because of the sniper presence from Lucian on that hill. So we'll see what they do on second.
Yeah, they are trying to maybe go for a bit of a hold here. Denker is watching the sideline. Not actually killed anyone yet, but just letting them know that he's there. And it is kind of this hold that we've seen now. I'm not gonna name it after a certain team, but we do see the flank on the roof, and everyone else just playing on the floor. There's not really a sentry though, Proky, and I'm wondering if that's a great idea, because it looks like the NG is building on third, but that's going to be a little lack of support on second. Yeah,
but I'm surprised the blue team didn't come up and clear roof here, because now they've got the soldier and the scout behind them, so they're going to have to deal with that. And if they get their sniper up there as well, it would have been a very easy point to take.
On Nakari, using the detonator there, just to shoot himself up onto the roof. But Bees has been dodging. Can he get a frag hit? No, Mex with the crisp air shot just slams him into the wall and takes down that flank. So that flank is dead now. That might open up a little bit more space for Lucian to maybe go for a snipe here, as Fluo does go down to the sticky traps of Murphy. He also takes down Mex with the pipes, and look how weak the medic is. So very weak. Snow having to pick up that sandwich to stay alive. Sis takes down NRG and the sentry that he had so meticulously placed. But this is the hold, Proky. This is where you're going to get most of your time, right? If you get set up, and it does look like Weak Excellers are pretty much ingrained already.
Yeah, they got the sniper in the window there. He's buffed up as well. So Victory Road really want to get their sniper into Boiler here and try and get Denkra down and then push out from there. It looks like they're not really trying to pressure it at all.
Do you like this hold that they've got at the moment with as we see Denkra actually winning the sniper v sniper against Lucian there, takes him down for a 5 kill streak. Do you like this hold where you have your medic playing on the stairs, really passive? Because this is something we've seen in recent seasons. I think it was around season 12-13 maybe when STCK started doing this. I'm just playing with your medic in the house, kind of next to your sniper and your NG, rather than up forward with your demo. And as we say that, I mean, there we go. Murphy's not getting any heals, overextends a little bit and gets taken down by Fluo. Do you prefer this, or do you prefer being a little bit aggro?
No, I think this is definitely the way to hold Battle Third. I mean, it would have to be a misplay on the defending team if Buck dies to it or gets forced to anything. As this Uber does come in, and they have to use so early because of this hold.
Yeah, lots of damage onto Denkra, but he just backs off by the safety of that sentry. And Extra Stone is going to gun down Fluo on the retreat. So no demo for Victory Road now. And they've just kind of settled down now. And like you said, you know, Victory Road had to use so early that it has to be a misplay out of the defensive side to actually let them in there. I mean, they had no demo, so they were basically able to walk in for free, but you still got that heavy on the high ground to deal with. You still got the sniper watching all these angles. Denkra takes down Mex for a 6 kill streak, but Lucian does get a pick of his own, and that sentry, secondary sentry, should we call it, the heavy, is now done, and that's quite a big pick.
Yeah, they should definitely be pressuring Boiler more. Get the heals there, get the demo and the sniper there to abuse the fact there's no heavy there now. But it doesn't look like they want to do that, as their demo is just pushing main.
Yeah, I agree, and I mean, like, Bees was on there kind of watching Boiler alone, and a little bit of pressure is going to take him down. Like, he can't deal with the entire combo going through, and then Denkra takes another frag there onto the scout. He's on a 7 kill streak, and the medic goes down! Was that a drop? I think that might have been a drop.
I think that was Murphy just spamming his pipes over the roof there.
Yeah. He didn't even go over the roof, he was just going through the house.
Was it like the house?
Just went, the pipes just going through the house and just lands a couple. We all know about Murphy's pipes running the stock grenade launcher, and wow, that's going to set things back for Victory Road, who did actually have about a 30% ad there because they used so early in the previous push. But now they have 100% disad as Buck is chilling with his Uber up in that house. Denkra on a 9 kill streak takes down Lucian again, so no sniper pressure for Victory Road. And the medic here has to kind of rebuild things. A conscious used by Bees, and him and Murphy are just holding this by themselves, really.
Yeah, Denkra's now on a 10k. They really need to help Lucian take him down here. That's the only way they can kill the sniper, is Lucian winning the SVS.
I mean, I agree with what you're saying. There doesn't seem to be much going on in Boiler. I mean, at the moment, looking there, they've got Nakari, the Pyro, and Mex the Soldier. They're just kind of chilling there, and it is a good angle for your sniper to get there, and I'm sure you know all about it. Like, you know, getting your sniper in there and trying to get some frags, but at the moment, it just feels like Denkra is really sort of uncontested all the way behind this sentry, getting those buffs and winning the sniper fights at the moment.
Yeah, he's just taking all the taking all the advantages he can. And Lucian's not lost the last 2 SVS fights. He's not really contested him. So as soon as someone peeks main, he's instantly taking 150 damage. Just so easy to play like this.
It's very interesting how far forward Bees and Murphy are. They have to be, as the Uber does come through main, and it's splashed so many times. But Murphy with the pipes takes down the NRG while he was carrying his sentry. Extra Show is going to gun people down as they try to escape. Fluo has taken down Murphy, so there is no demo here. So maybe, just maybe, this is the opportunity for a repush. You see Fluo maybe thinking about it here. But Denkra, he's on an 11 kill streak, takes on Lucian again. He's just uncontested. He's got so much time and space. Spans takes down Fluo as he tried to get aggressive there. I was talking about the repush, proky, but he kind of tried to go for it solo.
Yeah, that was a bit of a misplay from them. I mean, they got Murphy during the Uber, so they should have just been able to go through main, just send all your players main, hope the sniper misses, but they only sent one and he was alone and he died, so.
How tilting is it when you're playing against a team and their sniper is on a massive kill streak? Like, do you start kind of... Because I feel people start to get a little bit tense. You know, they're just like, oh, someone take down the sniper. And
finally, a car comes out. Lucian winning that fight in main there. Now they should open up the point here. Be able to spam that gun from main. And look, they're doing it now.
I'm still watching Lucian. He's left alone. Like, there's no support there, and he gets taken down by fire really easily. The Uber comes in, and they do take down Spans. They've taken down Murphy, and Buck is only actually at 90% here, so they have to be really, really careful. Hasn't got the Uber just yet. He's going to get pressured. Nakari with the reflex takes down the opposing Pyro assist, and then Bees is there trying to protect his NG as best he can. Does actually take down Pigman, who was so very close to getting onto Zamperoni, and I think after all of that kind of last-ditch Uber from Buck does help solidify things a little bit. The car is tantalizingly close now. It's just got a couple of yards to get onto that third cap point, but in the end, Medic's gone down again, proky, and Victory Road sort of have to start from square one almost.
Yeah, Fire managed to clean up the medic on the way out there, so a good play from him. But Lucian does kill that heavy again. So I really like to see them all come Boiler here and protect the sniper, play him in.
Yeah, Murphy is down there actually because he was left, and just the pressure from Nakari and the scout Qua just kind of push forward and manage to take it down, and they're just pushing in through main here. They don't actually have an Uber. Look at the scout just getting behind the car with the spy. They're going to get this for free, actually. Just knowing that the only thing to worry about was the sentry. Zamperoni's sentry has gone down. He tried to
Sam's going to get caught.
Yeah, he's going to get caught. So no NG, no sentry. Maybe this could be a very fast time here.
Yeah, they really need to roll this in here to get a good time. The sniper's already in window trying to take the SVS, but doesn't look like he's going to get it. Well, he does actually get it.
He does.
Sam corrected.
Correct thyself, Prem Sniper. Yeah, I mean, Lucian starting to get a couple of sniper kills now, and that's really helping his team. Denkra and Fire both down for the weak cake sellers. And Uber's come in onto Fluo, but it's popped very, very early, and they're just going to counter here with Buck using it onto Sis, and they're just going to clean up a lot of players here. But remember, the respawns are much better for the attacking team, so if they can kind of regroup and maybe dry push this, I don't know. It doesn't seem to be a great setup here, but you look at Bees and Extra Solar, they're holding map room together, and it's interesting. You don't often see a heavy up here, but that little bit of extra support just kind of, it gives you high ground for the main push, but also defends against the map room push. So Victory Road are going to have to think about something to try and get this done.
Yeah, I think they've got to clean up map rooms. It looks like they're trying to do it now with their demo man. If they get them out, which they have done now, they should be able to get spam on the gun and the whole combo here.
It is, yeah, we're seeing pushing people back here. Nakari goes down to the stickies from Murphy because he's just looking at the window and just lobbing stickies out there, knowing that, you know, if anyone comes in, they're going to take a heap of damage. And Fluo is trying to get some damage down in main, just sort of tanking the heals. Gets an ice pipe onto Spans. That is Scout down. And they're just getting some cheeky camp time here, just trying to walk their way in. They have used, Buck's only at 80%. He has to be careful. If he gets caught out here, he will not be able to Uber and protect himself. Denkra goes down to the spy, but that is about it. Not really a great Uber if that's what they're going to take him down. Nakari tries to go forward, but the sentry is now in the Lenny spot, and it's being healed by Zamperoni in the spawn, and Buck hasn't even had to use his Uber here. They're getting really, really aggressive on main. They are actually going to use it, and they do take down the medic with it, so that is a good exchange in the end. And they're just going to clear out this little sentry nest, maybe take down the teleporter as well. No, they're gonna leave it. No, Murphy is all too wise to it, takes it down, and that's pretty much as good as a counter Uber as you can get.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Victory Road's play was there. They cleared out map room, but then they just left it again, and Extra Solar and Bees just waddled back in there. And they just killed them from above and cleaned up after Uber, so a bit of a misplay there.
And the medic goes down again there. Fire with a cheeky backstab is going to just reset things, so there won't be any sort of catching up with the Uber for a while. Buck is already at 55% by the time Snow has respawned, and it's going to be tough to catch up. They're going to have to maybe just work some picks here, go for some sacks, send your players in, saying that Denkra takes down the demo, so no jumping from him for a while. Mex maybe trying to make a play in through tires with Nakari, but at the moment, Weak Cake Sellers looking good. 9 minutes and 9 seconds. That's for just the 3 points. So Victory Road really just need to get it in here in the next couple of minutes to have even a chance of a decent time, because we're looking at double figures already.
Yeah, and they keep losing players one by one. Like, they're not going for any sacks, and they just keep feeding one by one. So they're not going to be able to get force on Buck at this rate. I think they're just going to have to wait for their Uber, which is just burning seconds all the time.
Lucian actually does take down Denkra again, so he's actually dominating him now. And maybe that opens a little bit more space. No sniper for the next few seconds. And Extra Solar is alone in map room. And I agree with what you said. I mean, he's got spans there now, but those are the kind of players that you can rush. They can't really spam a doorway. And it does look like they're going to try and make a push through map room, but Denkra's up and could go for a shot here. He's actually watching from the bubba. Look at Murphy
the sticky
with the
drops.
sticks.
Wow, that was a really good play from him. And did the med drop?
The med, yeah. Murphy's just killed like the entire team, nearly.
Wow. How was he allowed to pick main there? Should have had their sniper watching it, but again, they definitely should go for sacks here if they want to salvage this time.
Yeah, they need to send in, just send in your soldier, your demo, just send everyone else like in on the floor, but those two can jump through the air. And then we get Lucian actually opens things up, so no Murphy. Murphy was like, what, an 8 kill streak there. He is out of the game for the time being for at least another 10 seconds. No fire to worry about. I was going to say no spy got fired. So yeah, I mean, they're going tires. Maybe they could just drop people on here. I mean, they're medics with them, Proky. Do you think it's a good idea?
He can get out here, so as long as he doesn't drop down and commit to it, he should be fine. See, they've Ubered now, he should just be running out. But he chooses to run out the wrong way, and Beast comes through map room and cleans him up. That was another big misplay.
There's one big thing people seem to forget about is that, you know, you're pushing from a different route, but you're still going to have that soldier in map room uncontested. Saying that though, the post-Uber fight just kind of goes in the favour of Victory Road somehow. NRG is going to be fighting spans and wins it with the help of his hacking machine, the mini sentry, and they actually win that. Off of not having an Uber, losing their medic, and then getting Ubered on, they somehow wipe the team and push it in. But 14-23, that's not a great time.
Yeah, I'd definitely say this is Wiethoofd's game to lose. But that was actually a nice play from Mex and Fluo. They just kind of both just walked forward and did like 1 million damage to everyone there. And they were all bunched up underneath the balcony.
Yeah, I mean, it was almost like a sack wave, but they brought their heals with them. If the medic had run out through ties, he'd have a bit more protection and maybe survived that. But it was the right idea. They got a ton of damage down and managed to put them in a situation where the rest of their team could just come in, the respawns, and just clean up. So we do have a situation now where Wiethoofd sellers are in the blue and they will be attacking, and they have to cap faster. They have to cap the 4 points faster than 14 minutes and 23 seconds. Now generally in Highlander, my rule of thumb is if you get to double figures, that's not a very fast time. So 14:23 would definitely be on the slower times. However, we have seen teams hard hold on first and second, third. We've seen them hard hold it everywhere. Who knows what could happen on this map? So Victory Road definitely not out of this. And remember, this is still a best of 3. So this is just the first round of potentially 3 on this map. But it's a big ask, really, of Victory Road. They're really going to have to play out their skins.
Yeah, but it's definitely possible. I've seen it done before. I've been part of a team that's done it before, so I think it can definitely happen, but they need to play their cards absolutely perfect. As it looks like Murphy sucking alone with the Pyro. Yeah, Snow does not force.
Yeah, I'm just wondering where Bees is at the moment. He didn't go in with that sack wave. I think he was playing on the other side, maybe going for the sentry and trying to spam that in the meantime. But there we go, Lucian takes down Denkra, so keeping himself alive, which is the important thing. But we do see Fire, who's cloaked all the way around to spawn in order to take down that teleporter, which is so crucial on this map. I was talking about it yesterday during the cast, that the travel time from spawn to first point is extremely long, probably longer than any other kind of spawn to kind of battlefield ratio, if you want to call it that. So the respawns for Victory Road are going to be slower now as Murphy comes in for the bomb, and they do get the force this time. Bees with some nice rockets as well. A lot of damage goes down. Uber is used, and that means Buck has 100% in the bank, and they have a huge Uber advantage to push this in. They do, however, have most of their players up here. They do have the sentry gun up. They may want to try and hold this, proky.
Yes, but Extra Solar gets a really good pick onto Nakari there, who was overextending with that Uber. So they can push Cliff pretty easily without having to worry about getting knocked off, which will put them right into the combo of red. Looks like they're going for this push.
Yeah, they're going to leave with the Pyro, and he's just going to take a ton of damage down onto Pigman, who will burn to death eventually. Lucian gets taken down with a shank. But this conch, this is a nice conch coming in out of Mex. It's going to just speed his team up and allow them to escape. And most importantly, they keep their medic alive. But NRG gets body shot. Gets body shot by Denkra while carrying his sentry. So that sentry that was, a level 3 on first, that could have been crucial to deny sort of the pressure on the second point, isn't going to be here. And Sis is going to take down the demo. They're just walking forward here.
Yeah, absolute aggression here from Wiethoofd sellers. As I said, this is a team full of prem touching players, so they know what to do. They see the NG goes down, they're just in already.
There's so much pressure already on third. They haven't even capped second yet. They know that the enemy medic must have Uber by now. Buck is about 50 HP, so has to be careful he doesn't take any more spam. But they're just holding this corner here. They're just saying, hey, push into us. We want you to use that Uber. We want you to get aggressive here. And Buck is in a position where he could escape if needed. But they're looking like they could just chalk off this entire point just from the aggression moving from first to second as they take down the scout. Denkra with another kill here. The aggression comes in and Mexican is taken down. The Uber is going to be used by Buck, but it's going to be a better Uber from the defensive side. Murphy's trying to get aggressive with extra solar. They've taken down a few players, but Thor is still there, getting down. But Beast comes in behind. Can he take down the demo? Yes, he can. Some 3 rockets directly onto him. Might actually get Lucian as well. He's on the chase. Can he take down Demo and Sniper very quickly? He goes on the jump and he does. And no demo and sniper for 15 seconds, proky. That could mean just a try push from Wiethoofd here.
Yeah, they definitely got the potential to do it. We just saw them go absolutely mental with that space they got, so I expect them to do the same here through choke. Looks like they're actually going for the map room.
Interesting choice. I mean, they are going to get the high ground fairly quickly, and Mex is being bullied out here. Fire just scouting ahead and just kind of telling everyone what's going on. But we do have a bit of a defense here. I mean, the medic survived for Victory Road, so it is equal Ubers. So we are in a situation where we do have a level 3 on last. We do have equal Ubers. Weak XLers need to break this somehow. So it's not all over yet. But they do get a backstab onto Mex, and so much damage onto the medic. He's not using it. 98, 99 does get that Uber just in time. Not enough to save Pigman. Nakari, after all, are very, very weak. They are getting enough damage here just to hold off the fight for a second. 4 up, for weak XLers, and Buck did die in that. And he hasn't died very much in this game so far, but that is going to be crucial for Victory just to maybe stabilize a little bit here.
Yeah, that was the first probably big mistake out of Wiethoofd there. They take the trade, but they don't get their players out in time, and they ended up just getting fragged in that Uber. So now they're going to hopefully send Sax in, get the med, just delete that ad they have, and go from there.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen teams hold on this. Looking at the time right now, I mean, they've got... Oh, look at Extra Solar. Gets so much damage. He almost gets Pigman. Lucia does take down Murphy. That's really good for him. Now, Kari might die to the heavy here. Someone needs to help him. Oh, he slips out there. Very sneaky indeed. We do see the sentry from NRG is now in the Lenny spot. Just to point things out, it's 9.5 minutes to go for the entire map time. However, the round timer is at, what, just 8 minutes. So essentially, a Victory Road hold for the next 8 minutes or so, without any pressure on the car, they will win this round. However, Wiethoofd, that's a lot of time for them to play with. And just taking a look at NRG, takes down Fire with that Rescue Ranger there. Interesting choice of the Lenny spot, not something you see very often anymore, because of the reasons we're seeing now. Bees is spamming it from the side of map room, but I don't know, is it coming back, proky? Is this going to be the new choice?
I don't think so. As Denkra picks off Lucians, which brings the trade in. They're trading frags, not really doing anything. Buck's gonna get almost got caught to that Lenny sentry, back on 60 health. And both teams need players, so it looks like it's gonna be another reset.
Yeah, but a lot of players died for Victory Road. They're going to be up in 5 seconds, but they're not going to be in a good position here, as we do see a small Uber advantage for them. But that sentry is now going to be really, really important. Murphy is doing the best he can and actually does take down NRG with the splash damage of the pipes. Quai is trying to get some damage down onto the sentry. Big jump in from Mex, just trying to make some space. Does take down Extra Solar, and we do see a lot of frags here, including Buck. Buck goes down to Lucian, and as long as Victory Road keep their medic safe and sound, they can re-stabilize here and get back to where they were, and that's not a bad position. They're doing well. They're holding this last point pretty successfully so far.
Yeah, that was probably the second mistake from Wiethoofd. They didn't get enough frags with that repush, and they ended up just getting cleaned up when the spawns came in for VR. Looks like they're just going for it again in dry.
They are going in dry, and they must know that the enemy medic has the Uber by now. That's something they have to contend with. They're getting frags.
They're getting so many frags. How has this happened? Look at the space they've taken the top as well. The solo's just going to drop down, forces Uber, and it's a pyro solo with a heavy.
Yeah, Nakari's going to run forward. He can't do anything there, as he doesn't have the Uber on him anymore, because they can't. Pigman is going to do the best he can against like an entire team. Does take down Sis. Mex is back into position, trying to block the cart from map room now. But this is looking very, very hard for them to hold. They're trying to get onto the cart, but they can't. There's *3 on that cart, and it is going to go in for the Weak Sellers, meaning they take this first round with about, 5, 6, 7 minutes to spare. How they just dry push that? Like
they just got so many frags. I don't know if Snow was trying to hold it for so long, but the VR just died one by one for and then they used when they were 4 up is crazy.
It's usually when you're in a position and you have your medic up with Uber, you can kind of just not take risks, but play in positions where, as long as you trade, you're kind of okay. But in the position where they ended up in a situation where they had 4 players up. 4 players alive. The enemy team didn't have Uber. They did, but it's kind of hard to kill 9 players when you've only got 4 of them alive, and the only people near your medic are a pyro and a heavy. They can't really chase the frags with that. So yeah, I mean, Weak is just walking in and taking that, and I dare say that was a fairly comfortable first round for them.
A bit of a surprise. I thought it'd be closer, but that third hold really gave them the upper hand in that game.
I mean, it's kind of tough as a team when you're coming in as the lower seed, and you know that you have to play 2 of your opponent's maps if you're going to go all the way to 3 maps. But you have to beat one of your opponent's maps essentially, at least. And on your map choice, you get beaten in that kind of fashion. This is Victory Road's choice of map. This is their supposed stronger map of the ones that are going to be played tonight, and it's kind of tough for them to swallow that they got beaten that comfortably. Of course, this is a best of 3, so we will be seeing another round. If Wiethoofd win that round, then they will win the map. They'll take it 2-0. So Victory Road need to win a round here to take it to a decider round on this first map. So like I said, we could be here for a long time. But yeah, I mean, the morale's going to be pretty low for Victory Road right now.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the logs, and the combo for Wiethoofd has absolutely farmed that map, with the Murphy getting 573 DPM and Extra Solo with 500. Really putting in a shift for his team.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the logs up myself here. I'm going to frantically type. Tell me more stats, proky. Tell me who stood out for you.
Murphy definitely had a good game, as long as Extra Solo. Denkra slightly outfragging Lucian, so actually much tighter than it seemed on just watching the game with the sniper fight. But Fluo does also joint top frag with 29, so he was really putting a shift for his team, but no one else really supporting him there. Pigman, his combo member, was only 18 frags. And the Scout on VR with 6 frags as well.
Yeah, we won't be showing the logs on the screen. Wiethoofd is. He's changing things as we're waiting. There's some discussion about servers, so we will show you the logs. Normally we won't show them after each round of payload. We'll just show you a combined payload log, like a super log if you will, at the end of a best of 3, but we'll show you them now as they're discussing about maybe switching servers for the next map. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting because Denkra did go on that massive killing spree on third. He was up to about 12, I think, without a death. But yeah, in reality, only 2 more kills than Lucian, who did have a pretty good defense himself. It's kind of hard to differentiate between some of the players here. I mean, both snipers going toe to toe, both demos. But yeah, I mean, the players you mentioned there, kind of at the bottom of the fragging table. Buck dying 9 times to TXX, who I believe is Snow, 11. So not that much difference there between the 2 medics, when it maybe seemed slightly more, but Victory Road dropping 3 times, which Buck didn't drop at all. But those drops probably did have an influence, because a lot of them came pushing into third and last, and that's where a lot of the time was lost for them.
Yeah, definitely. They were really struggling with that third push. They kind of kept going to go main, but Denkra was just shutting them down every time. Then they ended up having to use super early on most Ubers, and it just didn't work for them.
It's kind of demoralizing as well. If you're trying to push into a point and your time's not great, you're kind of like, oh, this isn't going to be a great time. I'm not going to be happy regardless of what happens. And then you go to push, and then, your med drops. And you kind of have to restart that push, knowing that you have to work really hard to try and get a drop again or a force from the enemy team. It kind of sets you back a bit. But I mean, who do you feel? Because I mean, that was pretty dominating from Weak Cake Sellers. Who needs to step it up for Victory Road? Who needs to kind of put in the shift to get something done on this next round?
I think their Scout and their Spy really need to start showing up. Along with Mex as well. Mex had a pretty poor game there, only going 11-26. But if their Spy can start killing Denkra more and just give Lucian that space, I think it'll be a very different game.
Yeah, I mean, we saw what I thought was really interesting yesterday in the semi-final of Prem. We saw two snipers. It was Ollie versus Kazarok, and they're both extremely good snipers. However, in the first round on Badwater, they were both bottom scoring for their teams. And that wasn't because they're bad. They're not bad snipers. They're very, very good snipers. However, the pressure on them from every player, from every aspect, just meant that they weren't allowed to have any room to go for the shots. They weren't allowed to go just watched the sideline. They just had snipers, they had spies, they had soldiers, just everyone just pressuring them all the time. And it makes it much more difficult. And we did see Denkra very comfortable on that third point, whereas Lucian didn't even have an opportunity with his team to get set up on the third point. The third point was just basically given up for free so that they could get to last, because the pressure moving from first to second was just so great.
Yeah, I mean, the key to, again, a fast time and battle was just, if you keep up that momentum and don't allow them to get set up, you'll just have a really fast time. So as long as you just keep walking forward, you should be fine.
Yeah, I mean, just press W key, just
Exactly.
go forward. Yeah, so we'll see if Victory Road are able to do that. This is their map choice. Obviously, they probably just warming up here. Let's just say they're just shaking off a little bit of rust, and they're ready for this next round. They have to win this next round if they're going to get anything out of the first map. If they do lose it, and Weak Sellers take it 2-0, we'll be moving on to Upward with potentially a product at the end of it. If we have a tie of maps 1-1, I'm going to ask for some real talk now. We talked about the ifs, the whats, the maybes, but do you think Victory Road have it in them to win a round on this map? Do you think they can bounce back after that first round?
They have the potential, but I don't see it happening, to be honest. That was such a dominating display from Weak Sellers. They'd really have to make some key mistakes to let Victory Road back into this map. And I just don't see them making them.
In Victory Road, we are waiting for, I believe, their scout to restart his modem or something like that. I don't know. I glanced at Wiethoofd's message, and it said restarting something. So he's just going to restart something, and we'll be back. But maybe they're taking this time just to look around and say, hey, you know what? Like, let's not dwell too much on it. Let's look at this game as just a round. And let's focus on the next round, because we are going to be swapping around on this one. So it will be Weak Sellers pushing first, and they'll be attacking first, and then Victory Road trying to beat that time, which often, some teams prefer that. They prefer to have a bit of a goal time to aim for when they're attacking. So who knows whether that will come into the mindset. But maybe just talking over some strats, just saying, hey, guys, why did we get rolled from first all the way to third? Like, why did we give up that round so easily? Because they did get some decent time on last, and who knows, maybe if they'd had 5 or 6 minutes on third, like some teams can achieve, it could have been a totally different story.
Yeah, there was definitely some cracks in the Weak Sellers attack, so they can definitely exploit that, and they just need to untilt themselves and not dwell on that last map. Just forget it happened and go into this one fresh, learn from their mistakes, and they should put up a better fight.
Adaptation, I think, is the key word in TF2, but I think it's even more like in the competitive scene. Sixes is also like you have to adapt, but I think in Highlander sometimes you have to adapt even more because of the number of different classes. Sometimes it might be a spy causing you problems, or it might be the sniper causing you problems, or it might be the flank, it might be the combo, it might be that their medic never dies. There's so many different things that could be the issue that you have to adapt to it quickly. And if Victory Road can adapt here and find out what caused them the problems last time and fix them in time for this second round, then they may still have a chance to maybe pull out the victory on this first map. So we see Weak Sellers in the blue now. They'll be attacking, setting a time, and Victory Road will try and beat that time, and they have to beat that time. Otherwise, Weak Sellers will take the first map, which is their opponent's map choice. It's never nice to lose the first map in a best of 3 when it's your choice, is it, Proky?
No, especially not. If you're a map down, you've got your morale's low, you're going to have to reset yourself to come back if you lose, especially if it's your map if you lose.
It's a kind of like it's a mental thing, really. I mean, you can play on any map, but it's the fact that the enemy team's chosen the next map, and there's a reason they've chosen it, probably because they're strong on it. We'll see what happens here, as we do see just kind of the regular stuff going on here. B's getting into position maybe for a bit of a bomb. Fire is just cloaked all the way, just going for the spawn, I imagine, going for that teleporter. Murphy, Bees are jumping in here, so much damage goes down, but the medic remains untouched. He goes down to the health bag, didn't even need to pick it up. He's still at 150.
Bees got denied really well by their pigman on that rock, so he was pretty much did nothing that whole sack wave. His rockets didn't connect with anything, so they're going to have to go for it again here. Looks like Bees is back in. It's one rocket. And forces them, actually. Forces on that. On 12 health. Good bomb from Bees.
It was actually down to 9 before the regen. That is close. That is so close. They do get what they wanted there, and that's the force. And they're going to wait for their respawns. Mex is actually down as well. I mean, he can rocket jump, but he's not going to be available for this exchange, and maybe not going to be available to block that car, which a soldier is very, very good at doing. We do see weak sellers moving up now. They're playing up on the top of the cliff. Nakari is alive though. Can he air blast them? He can. He's just going to push them away. That is why you don't go to the cliffside when you have the Uber ad, but it doesn't matter because Fire is going to take down Lucian. Pigman gets taken down by Spans. They're on the chase now. This is where they want to get a frags. Demo's gone down. They have to get away here. NRG has survived, and he has survived with his sentry. So this time around, they are going to have a second hold with their sentry. That should buy them enough time for them to get back. No, he's going all the way out, proky. They just want to go back to third.
Yeah, they actually left that fight on hill first there when they didn't really have to. I didn't feel like the Uber got denied there, but when they were on the floor, they decided to run out instead. Then they all took 1 million damage walking through that choke point, and now they're back to third.
I totally agree with you there. Nakari did such a great job of denying that Uber, just pushing them off the cliff. They had to rotate around, but the thing is, when you rotate around on the low ground, you still got a level 3 sentry wrangled facing you. So maybe they could have stayed in there and got something done, but it is what it is. They have given up second and opted to try and go for the more comfortable third hold. 156 for the first 2 points is very, very fast. However, this is where the time can be gained, but Denko is popping off just before he dies. Manages to take down both the Heavy and the Pyro. Nakari and Pigman eliminated from the game, and they're pushing it from Boiler here, we kick sellers.
Yeah, this is exactly what VR should have done. They play with their sniper Boiler, he gets 2 quick frags, and now look at the space they've completely had to use here.
Like, the difference between the aggressive Ubers here is just so stark, it's just huge. Like, to ARG here, he's going to get eliminated, but you saw Buck didn't use his Uber as he went through Boiler Room. He didn't use, and he didn't actually use until the last second when he actually had to. And that was different compared to Victory Road. When they were pushing forward, they were actually using their Uber as soon as they went forward, and it meant the Ubers were so ineffective, but they've just pushed third in one push. 2 minutes and 41 seconds for the first 3 points, and that means Victory Road here, they have to get some sort of solid defense, otherwise it's going to be such a fast time. There's a big one from Bees, manages to get, no, he can't surf into the window. Medic down, and Bees is going to get the credit, hitting those 2 rockets. That is a huge advantage now for Buck. He's at 60% and 15 seconds for Victory Road to get their medic back in action. I mean, this could be done and dusted as Fluor also dies. He craters after a headshot.
I was about to say, at least they have Uber Rad, but a single soldier bomb comes in and cleans them up. Quite disappointing from Pigman and the other members of the combat. They weren't able to stop that, because it was only a single soldier bomb there.
Yeah, and then we see the Uber actually used really, really early this time. Maybe they're scared of the sniper, they're going straight onto the medic, but the conch comes in from Mex. He's going to try and help his team out, and they are picking up some frags. Pigman took the majority of the attention of that Uber. Murphy's surely going to die here to Mex, who's onto a 3 kill right now. And the Spy takes down Denker. That's Fumo 20 Grammy in 10 Minuti car, and takes down the sniper. I mean, that conch, I'm going to throw it out there. Mex winning that for his team there. That conch kept his team alive. Pigman just kind of staring in the face of adversity and taking all of that Uber, knowing he was going to die, but it meant his medic stayed alive, and now they have an Uber advantage.
Yes, they do, and that was actually really well played from VR, and a bit of a misplay from Wiethoofd. They shouldn't have really let the medic get out. Like, they should have just been so aggressive, but he just managed to get out through main back into spawn, and now they have full Uber out here.
Denker also goes down to the Spy again. He's going to get cleaned up by Sis, but that doesn't mean Lucian has a few seconds of respite, allowed to snipe at ease. And Pigman does take down a couple of players here. Takes out Bees and extra solar as he is tagged up in game right now. But yeah, I mean, winning the heavy battle there, and they're holding this choke pretty comfortably. And this is the kind of hold that can really, sort of a war of attrition almost, that the attacking team knows that they need to get something done, but the car is nowhere near the floor. It's rolled back all the way up here, but no, Denker with the headshot onto Fluo. No demo for the defensive side. This could be the opportunity they want to push in.
Well, here it comes, Eva comes in. Looks like it's just going to be a trade. They do kill Lucian, so they should be able to re-push in as soon as this fades here. And the Pyros are overextending as well. They're going to flood in through main.
Yeah, Pigman is underneath next to the dispenser, but that dispenser's going to go down. So much damage is going down onto everybody here. Some respawns do come in. NRG's going to run in there. trying to take down, and the conch comes in again from Mex. Can he help clean it up? I think he does. NRG survives that. What? Just pulls out his shotgun. He's just like, wham, bam, thank you, man. Just takes down 2, including the heavy. And somehow VR have just stabilized here again. And that's what they need to do. Just keep repeating that. And they're just going to buy themselves a lot of time.
Yeah, I hate to see it, but Buck got trick stabbed on the ramp there, trying to back out. So yeah, that was really well played from VR. And they killed the sniper as well for Denkrick was the sniper, so it looks like they might just go for another drive push, try and force this Uber or drop the med or whatever.
I mean, they have no sniper to deal with, but no, I mean, they lose a bunch of players, including Murphy and Denkrick. Energy has died, so he's not going to... I'm trying to look where he's got a sentry. I don't think he does actually have one yet. So he's going to have to sort of respawn and get that done. Fire is waiting for probably an easy pick onto Lucian. He does manage to hit the 3 revolver shots needed to take him down, and yeah, I think they may just dry push this now, proky, because you know they're close to their Uber.
Yeah, they're taking space in main. They've got the sniper buffed up. Look at the space they're getting. Top Murphy jumping all the way to that spawn door, going to deny Lucian peeking out left. And they're going to drop down and use in. Looks like going to be another trade. Buck trying to get swords on Pigman to get a better Uber there.
It might work out. They have a slightly better about 10%, and there we go. It is the heavy from window. The heavy in map room, extra solar, is just going to gun down a ton of people, including the spy who tried to take him out of the equation. Mex is alive, but I don't think he's going to be able to do a hero play. He does by maybe like half a second there, just by not jumping onto the car, but he can't do anything else. And that's going to be 7-18. I mean, you know what? Considering how fast the first 3 rounds were, first 3 points, I think they would take that, surely.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty average time for Badwater. I'd be happy-ish with this time, considering you didn't hold 3 points of the map. But just saying, Buck there, those 2, that sword he got there, changed that fight completely for his team's favour. Good play from him.
Yeah, that extra little bit of Uber, just helping out. And I mean, 7-18, that's still a respectable defensive time. And it's beatable. It is half the time it took them to actually push in the first round, but like we said, you know, they've been looking at their mistakes potentially and just trying to work out where they went wrong and try and correct that for this round. So hopefully they can just overcome that, and they're still well in within this. I don't think that made sense grammatically, but I don't care. Victory Road in the blue have to beat this time of 7-18, have to get the car all the way to last in 7 minutes and 18 seconds. Otherwise, Wheat Cake Sellers are going to win the round and therefore the map. And that is going to put them 1 step into the Division 1 final. We'll see what happens. And who are you going to be watching here, proky, for the Suicides?
I'm going to watch Mex. He's got the rocket launcher, got the unusual. Let's see if he can put it to good use. And he gets pre-fire airshot from Bees there. That was unlucky.
That's rough. Murphy with the double kill onto the cart. I think that was with the stickies. The bush stick. Oh, the bush! Wiethoofd tells me it's the bush, proky. So there you go. The bush strat working for Murphy.
Murphy's like the only player I've seen use the bush strat, and it always gets kills because everyone forgets about it because only he does it. So most
people do the cart trap, which I assume you call it the Joe trap.
Yeah.
And people on my team call it the Emilio trap. There's a bit of a bone for contention on who came up with the idea of putting stickies on the cart. I'm sure someone did it in 2007. You know, I'm sure there's some pubber like, you know, XXX Sniper 420 came up with the idea. But we'll let it think it was those 2 guys. And we do see just a lot of time pushing from VR on the cart here. And it's not really a tunnel push. They're just getting lots of cap time.
They take their combo there, but they also have their sniper there who dies to her sticks. Not sure why Lucian was there. Mex was trying to push Hill alone there. He just dies to the scout trying to spam the gun out. So they need to really bunch up and play as a team to push this and stop just dying one by one.
I agree. They haven't really put much pressure on anything on the high ground yet. They've got decent camp time, but they're not really pressuring Buck. He's got that Uber there. Not really pressuring the sniper or Demo, anyone who's going to be be worth eliminating out of the team at the moment. As there's kind of been a bit of a wrangling battle going on, but it does go down. There we go, fire. But the drop! Fumo 20 Grammy in 10 minuti takes down Buck with the backstab. Huge drop there, first drop by Buck in this game, and that should open the doors for VR. They are going to use their Uber. Span somehow getting the full set. It's not going to be the best Uber I've ever seen in Highlander, but it should be enough to get some damage down at least.
Yeah,
maybe.
I mean, I called out their spy. He needed to step up, and he's doing exactly that with 2 nice medic picks already. So looks like they've got so much room, but no one's pushing the cart here.
They've just been given the room, I think. Like, I think we kick sellers were like, okay, we're just going to back off to second now and just kind of chill out and set up here. There's lots of pressure. Nice rockets from Mex, actually. Getting some decent damage down onto Denkra, so it's not going to allow him to have any space. He jumps in again. He's just taking the space. And there we go. We just see the aggression. Spans goes down to the pipes of Fluo, and they're going to take second for free here. And this is where they're going to start getting pressure onto third. Their Uber advantage is about 10%, if that. They have to be careful, as there is a level 3 from Zamperoni in the window. But if they can break this hole with this push, who knows what they could do pushing into last.
VR are really taking momentum here. They TF2 quite early, again through main, because of the snipers up in window, and this Uber, not a very good one.
No, again, I mean, it's yeah.
It's not very good.
I'm just thinking, like, why they should have seen what We Kick Sellers did in their third push. Just go in through boiler room, because that would pretty much nullify the amount of times they've taken down extra solar in that first round. They got him with headshots, they got him with this and that. They take him down, then that's pretty much a free push from boiler. And that gives Lucian so much space to get some stuff. There you go. He's taking down extra solar. That should be the call. Just push.
Yeah,
Mex is actually going to help out his sniper and take down bees as well. So they've got so much space here.
Well, they should have seen how far Buck was managed to walk in without using in the last round and just do it themselves. But they're going main again. And with Denker in that window, I'm not sure this is going to work out for them.
You take a look at Murphy. He's actually playing on really far back here. He actually goes down as well. I think this may have worked as Buck has retreated, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the Uber hasn't been used?
No? What do I know about Highlander? They just walked in and
there's only 5 up.
Sellers
For
just decide to feed.
There's no sniper. Lucian has taken down Denkra. There's no NG, there's no demo. If they push this in now, once they've got the car into position, they could win this.
Look at the space, the combo's all bunched up in these stairs, scared of this Uber. Which comes in now, and they're not up the staircase, and Buck dies.
Buck dies. Zamperoni is on mini sentries. Now mini sentry's just going to die as well, or he takes it down. He's got it up in the Lenny spot. That's not really going to help block the car that much, but Bees comes into his own, gets 2, just spamming in from that window. There's only 4 players left alive. Spy tries to get a little bit more cap time. Look how far that cap has gone. We Kick Sellers are going to get back into position. It's basically equal Ubers at this point. But I mean, the medic, I mean, really, you just need a good exchange here and just some cap time, and this could be good. And look at that, Sis goes down to Mex. He also takes down the dispenser, which is obviously the bigger pick, but a nice rocket onto Sis means no pyro, and I think they're going to dry push this.
Yeah, they're doing what they should have done in the first round. They're just being aggressive and sending in the sacks here. And their big man drops down, actually takes down the scout, but they do lose their medic and their sniper, so this push is going to be called off.
Yeah, that was a bit of a feed there. I felt that if they'd done stuff all at the same time, then it would have worked out well, but Mex jumped in, made some good work, made some space, and then the Kari died very early on. Pigman dropped down. They really just needed somebody pushing the cart being a distraction, and then everyone else just killing those who were trying to defend the cart. But 1 minute and 25 seconds, this is still entirely doable. However, Buck does have a small thing called an Uber charge ready and waiting. And he can use that anytime he wants. Fire getting a backstab onto Lucian, so no sniping from Victory Road for a while. And I guess another backstab onto Fluo. He's picking people off here. The assassin classes here for Weak Cake Sellers they're just picking people off, and it's making them hard for them to get a push going on, and they need to make a push now.
Yeah, they really need to make a play onto Buck here, get the force, because if they go in Uber v Uber, by the time they got Uber, I don't think they'll have enough time to get the cart in. And it's rolling back now. It's almost at the ramp. I'm not sure they're not just sending players in to try and force Buck here. Looks like they're just going to wait for Uber.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to have to be a very clinical Uber. They're going to have to drop Buck, or they're going to have to win everything. Extra Solar has gone down, and he was a big problem in that map room, as well as Bees, who's been pushed back, but Nakari's gone down. No pyro in the game for Victory Road now. And Lucian is in the window. They need to do something here. I mean, 25 seconds to go. They need to make something. Bees has gone down. Pigman is actually in the window. The counter is going to come in. There's only 5 players left alive. The weak Excellers. This could actually work, but they need to have some cap time. They need to get bodies onto that cart. They're pushing now. Only 4 alive. 4 weak Excellers. They need to get times through on the cart. They're just going to push all the way they can. 6 seconds. 5, 4. But extra solo jumps on the guys for a few seconds. Is that going to be enough? 1 second left on the clock.
VR did it!
Road! They got it in!
Wow. Don't know how Wiki says just dropped so many players in that Uber exchange. Just got no words for that one.
I thought Extra Soda had done it. I thought he just blocked it enough. Like that extra split second was enough. I thought it was enough, but no. They managed to push it in with basically less than a second left on the clock. Because I saw it as 1, and then it was about to tick over, and then the cart explodes. I mean, I was getting ready for my post-match speech. Proky, I was going to be like, okay, so weak Excellers win the second round, but Victory Road pushed them very hard on the up until the 3rd point. So what went wrong for them in the end on that last point? I don't need to say that. I mean, that they're going to be booming in Mumble right now. They're going to be so hyped. They're going to be excited and probably going into this next round in a better mood than weak Excellers.
Almost certainly there. Like, weak Excellers, they had the Uber, they let them build it up to full, and then they'd lose 3 players for the Uber, and then post-Uber they just get cleaned up from the heavy and map room, and Mex jumps them, and he really threw that.
You think it was a throw? You're calling it as a throw?
I mean, you have 100% Uberad with 1 minute left, and you end up losing. I'd say that's a throw from weak.
I mean, I'm going to fast forward it there. I'm going to say there's 25 seconds, you've still got your Uber, and the enemy team hasn't popped their Uber yet. Like, I honestly thought Victory Road had left it too late. I honestly thought they'd left it too late. The amount the cart had rolled back, I thought, you know what? There's not much that they can do with an Uber versus Uber.
All Buck had to do was pop that Uber and stand on that cart, and they would have won that round.
And just keep the fatties alive, keep the Pyro alive, the Demo, the Pyro. Those are the kind of players that, are able to tank that damage and just really stand on the cart and buy extra seconds. That's what they needed to do. They didn't get frags, they lost players, but as long as you are physically blocking that cart, it's okay. I mean, it's kind of like the upward second push, right? People like to push over the top, but it's pointless to do that if you're not pushing the cart. All it takes is a couple of people to block the cart, and that cart's going nowhere. You can be as far forward on the map as you want, but as long as if you're not pushing the cart, it doesn't matter. And Victory Road kind of did the opposite there. They were focusing the cart, and weak Excellers sort of neglected it. But it does sound like Victory Roads are pushing on this final round of the best of 3. So currently, this is the first map. This is Badwater, picked by Victory Road. They had a 14-minute pushing time in their first attacking phase, which was easily beaten by weak Excellers, but they've come back and clutched it with less than a second left on the clock to push it in to tie things up at 1-1, and that means we'll be going on to a 3rd round of Badwater to find out who's going to win this first map. We've still got a whole nother payload map to go, guys, and maybe even product at the end of it. Are you going to amend anything here, Proky? Do you think Victory Road are going to take this map now, or do you still favour weak Excellers?
I would still favour the experience of weak Cake to calm everything down and come back up. But just looking at the logs here, and VR do not look like the team that won this map from looking at the logs. Their Scout got 4 kills, their Pyro got 3. Their Heavy was only at 200 DPM. Only really Fluo doing work with 450.
I mean, they had 6,000 less damage and 11 less kills. I mean, it was a fast game, I understand that, so sometimes it's kills aren't always the thing, but 6,000 less damage. I'm going to have to put Mex as MVP there. He did top frag in that game alongside Denko with 17, but I felt that on the defense, Mex saved them twice, which would have bought them at least another minute at a time with those conch pushes after an Uber had been coming in. They had a disad and they would lose a bunch of players, but then Mex would conch in and just kill like 2 or 3 people and get a lot of ground for his team. So I think really Mex on the defense did so much work for them there. We'll have to see if he can do it here again, but that won't be till later, as like we said earlier, Victory Road are in the blue. They are pushing first. They'll be setting a time, and We Cake Sellers are defending. So this is kind of a repeat of the first round proky, which is probably why We Cake Sellers wanted it this way. But yeah, I mean, whoever takes this takes all of the bacon for this first round.
Yeah, We Cake Sellers just need to know that they've got better damage, they've got better DM, and if they play around that, they should be able to pull through here.
We'll have to see what happens. Oh, Lucian.
Yeah, Lucian getting the first kill of the game. That B's overextending, but here comes the sack. Buck sent across onto bunker, and he has to use his Uber there.
Oh, he unflashed himself. He unflashed himself. I think he switched to arrows there for a second, and it was a great surf, but he switched to arrows a couple of times, and that would have been so close. Fluo was lurking. He was lurking, and if he had thrown a pipe, he would have got him. But more importantly, he has got... look at Murphy! Murphy goes down to Pigman. Pigman just walking forward. He's just going to eat a sandwich now. He's going to be nice and safe and comfortable. And this Uber should come in onto Fluo, but they're just going to get pushed back by Sis. Nakari jumps back up. He's going to get a ton of damage down onto Pyro, but he's just going to get air blasted away again. The teleporter is down, but that level 3 sentry proky is still up and firing and wrangled, and the car is nowhere near the first point.
Yeah, that push really shows the difference between the two teams. We Cake staying in there where Victory Road last round just backed out, and it worked out for We Cake much better, that Uber.
It shows that even if you don't have an Uber on this first point, as long as your Pyro is alive, they can just push people off the cliff, and you don't have that angle to get close to doing any sort of damage. But Fluo is trying to get some damage down. Some big frag coming in on either sides. Fire manages to take down Mex, and Thor's gone down to the pipes of Murphy, and kind of have to rethink their things here. Just back off. They're only at 60%, and Buck has 100%. But Zamperoni down to a headshot of Lucian. That sentry is sort of open. It's welcoming spam now.
Yeah, but look at Ectotho and Sis immediately just body blocking all the damage going to that sentry. But it is going to go down from the demo tunnel. He's actually at low. Not sure how he got up there and not been called out. He's just pushing the car up.
Yeah, he's kind of having a 1v1 against Bees right now, and Bees are going to get Lucian! Lucian gets the drop! That's going to be the second drop now from Buck in this third round. Or one in the second round and one here, and that's just going to open things up. They're going to use the Uber on the offense just to clean everybody up. There's 4 players left alive, and this is where this... What key do we press now, Proky?
We press the W key here, boys.
We press the W key.
Get in there.
Get in there, just roll yourself forwards, and that's exactly what they're doing.
The sticks were hidden in the barrel and no one checked them. And if Murphy had deaded a second later, he would have got the medic there. But just going back to that first push, Buck was actually Ubered, and he goes to take the Ubersaur out, and he gets headshot the second he does it.
So it wasn't... I mean, does that count as a drop? If you...
I know.
I don't know. I've got like 1,600 hours on medic, and even I don't know that. Loxy, no, apparently. Wiethoofd has spoken. But we just take a look at Murphy has gone down to Fumo 20. And we do see this Uber is ready. We've got to be careful. You're in a sight line. So close. Fires on the chase. And they're kind of giving this up now. They just didn't have the support from the rest of the players. And we do see Denkra is in that favourite position of his in the window. There's about 20% advantage still. But I don't know. Victory Road, I felt kind of... They just didn't have everyone in position now.
I'm not sure. Like, they use this Uber now, but they should have used it on the corner there. And just walked into them. They were weak, all bunched up. And there, here comes a trade, and they lose their demo. It's not very good.
Nakari's getting a lot of cap time though. Fair play, respect to him. There's no sentry up, but now actually, I think they might actually already cut this. They're just walking forward. What? I wish pushing third was that easy when I play. Like, they just walk in and just cap.
So we Cake were all Ubered on cart, and then they just walk up top and let them cap.
It's like a repeat of what happened on the last point. Like, they just kind of focus everything except the cart, and that monumentous hold on the third point that We Cake Sellers had in the first round is just kind of ignored for the second round in a row. VR maybe seem to have kind of fixed their issues. 3:37 is very fast for the first 3 points. We see Mex going in for a jump now. There is actually a conch. She takes down Denkra, which is a huge pick. No sniper for the defensive side now. We're going to see a counter conch coming in from Bees. Gets a ton of damage down. Extra solo's gone down to Lucian as well. He doesn't have to worry about a sniper, so he's getting a lot of time himself. And I think Victory Road just want to dry push this now. They have an Uber ready, and Buck's only at 90%.
You know, they're just taking every chance they can. They're just walking forward at We Cake, and We Cake look a bit worse aware here. They don't really know what to do with this aggression. As Uber comes in, but it's a solo heavy Uber. Demo does come in. Buck's not even gonna have to use though.
Yeah, they're getting. Oh no! But he is backstabbed.
Buck drops again.
Was that like? How does he get a backstab in the spawn? Like, it was so close. He was basically on the spawn door, and he just cloaks behind him. And we do see extra solar now. He's just saying, "All right, you know what? I've had enough of this. I'm going to stand on the car." He's trying to gun people away. And he does buy some more time. NRG is going to lose out the battle to Bees in map room. But everyone else is just kind of chilling now. Buck wasn't the only medic to die. We did see Snow, TXX die for Victory Road. Nakari's going to drop down. He's going to go out to Buck. Gets a ton of damage. Buck is on fire. He's on 30 HP, but he will survive. There's no one else to follow up on that damage. And I think Weak Sellers are maybe breathing a little bit more easy now, Proky.
Yeah, they actually end up with, I was going to say a slightly rad, but that's gone already. But they definitely got off lightly with that. Very, very surprised that wasn't around there.
And that's the thing, now Victory Road, who were so close to getting a very, very, very fast round, now have to kind of get their heads back into the mindset of, alright, now we need to push, now we need to go for a sack and get something. You take a look at Zamperoni's sentry, it's right on top of Buck, like exactly where the combo is playing, because maybe they're just worried about Mex. He's getting so much done when he jumps forward that maybe that's just specifically for him, just to deny that jump going in. Extra Solar is still in map room with Bees. They're going for this map room hold together. Seems to be what they're choosing to do, and now they're going in through tires. Proky, they go for the tires push again.
An interesting push. As long as they don't have to use early here, they should be alright. But the stick trap from Murphy just denies that, sends the combo flying, and Buck wouldn't even have to use. Well, he does actually decide to use the medic though. I didn't feel like he needed to do that, but
probably didn't need to. But I mean, when they clear, like if you clean everybody up, then it's sort of like, you know what, it's almost a free Uber. I hate the term free Uber because it's not. It does mean that you're basically at equal Ubers now, but they do have a small ad here. And look how far forward they've pushed up. They've cleared out like the sentry nest and everything. No teleporters. They've really pushed Victory Road back now. They don't have any angles to work with, and yeah, Mex is jumping forward, but he's only just regaining the corner for his team.
They did drop 3 in that Uber, so not Uber, forward hold, sorry. So there might be an opportunity to send a sack in for VR, but they do lose their demo and sniper, so cancel that.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. The players who can have something done. You see Mex dies there, takes down Spans, but not really the trade you're going for in this situation. And Fleur and Lucian on the respawn now. They're the ones who need to get into position. But look at this, actually. What? The scout is right on the medic, and Buck hiding inside the dispenser. That was such a coordinated play. The spy goes for the sap, and the scout comes in and runs in and gets so much damage onto Buck. I think he was down to about 20 HP or something, but he was hiding inside the dispenser, which blocked all of the remaining damage. So huge dispenser play there. Credit to the dispenser, MVP right now, keeping the medic alive.
Yeah, I would have loved to see maybe Mex or Fleur bomb through choke when that was happening. That would probably helped the situation. But it doesn't look like VR is super coordinated. Well, I say not very coordinated enough to be doing that, so a bit unfortunate for them.
All it would take was a little bit of splash, and Buck would have either had to have forced or he would have dropped. So that's kind of the situation as is. But this is where, you know, it gets a little bit grindy now, because Weak Sellers, they've settled themselves down after a very kind of lightning first three points, being pushed all the way to last. Victory Road so close to getting that car in, and now it's rolled back. It's all the way at the corner. We can see how aggressive they're being on the corner, just making sure no one can even touch the car. As Nakari's trying to reset it now, he goes in for a jump. He actually gets onto the engineer. He's going to help take down the sentry, and Zamperoni's extremely weak. He gets an arrow. The Uber's going to come in here. Sis is going to try and deny it with the air blast, and they're going to lose more players than they actually kill with this Uber, and they're just going to get aggressive. Just see how far they push up with these Ubers, and the medic does die again, Proky.
I mean, Weak looked super uncomfortable when VR was doing this aggressive playstyle, but they let them get that inch of being able to stalemate it, and now they look so much more comfortable. And VR just taking trades, which they're just never going to win. They should have sent a Saki when they got that gun down rather than committing that Uber to it. Buck used so late, and they cleaned them up all out main.
It's almost like that last push on the second round where, you know, somehow they managed to get the cart in. They feel that's what they should be doing, whereas that was probably more fortunate than anything else. It's very rare you push in Uber versus Uber and come out on top and are able to cap off of that. Whereas they should just be going for these sacks, like you said, you know, going in for the medic, getting the force. They have an advantage. It's much, much easier to do something when you have an advantage. Denkra does go down to the spy though, so no sniper for the red side. Lucian is in the window, maybe trying to get an angle. Extra Solar's gone down. Combination of a few players there, but Mex is going to be the one to get the kill. Now they have map room, and so maybe a little bit more room to work with. Bees is very weak, gets a nice arrow from Buck. That's going to keep him alive, but the Uber's going to come in now again. Uber versus Uber, they come in through map room. They've taken down Murphy in all of this. He gets dropped from the Uber, so maybe if the Ubers are over, they can re-push this, but they're losing players again, proky.
They did manage to keep their med alive this time, but they killed a sniper, but their sniper decided to go window. Like, if their sniper had gone map room with them then, you would have had a free silent to Buck. Like, all the combo for Weecake. Bit of inexperience showing, I think, here for Victory Road.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like a little bit of, they're just rushing it a little bit. Just kind of, you know, not being patient to just go for the sack. Or actually, they are getting some decent camp time now onto the car as Pigman is in map room. And look how far they're pushed back. They've lost their medic to Fire. He just gets a shank and takes him down. And that does mean Buck has a huge advantage again, up to 85%. Mex is going to jump in again. Air reflected by Sis. And I mean, I like the idea of getting Pigman into map room just so he can gun people down, saying that he gets double piped by Murphy on the escape. But I mean, that was a good thing, but just dry pushing it with your medic as well, it just seems a little bit optimistic to think you're going to get something out of that.
Yeah, they did get some good position, and they were a bit unfortunate to lose their medic to a shank like that, but he just never got aggressive enough to ever worry the combo of Weecake. They were just able to walk to spawn and pick classes and flank, just clean them up on the ramp.
It's actually a nice snipe from Lucian. He's in window again. He takes down Zamperoni. So there is no engineer. There is a sentry. It's level 3. It's located at the bottom of the ramp. The spy's going to go in there. Doesn't actually get close enough for the sap. Sis is being the Pybro and just watching out. And I do think, yeah, Zamperoni's going to respawn. He's going to be absolutely fine. He's not worried at all. So that sentry kind of, you take down the engineer, the automatic reaction should be just focus that sentry, get it down. And we're down to 1 minute 30 on the round timer, proky. I mean, we've gone from Victory Road almost capping the last point in extremely fast time to nearly not capping at all.
And here comes another Uber, and they waste 50% of it before Buck even has to use. And they lose players drawing it, but they do get a couple picks, but don't think they're going to turn into anything.
Trying to focus the car here. Mex is jumping around, gets a nice rocket onto the engineer. He's still alive. He's going to try and take down the sentry as well. This may be the push, actually, as there's 4 players left alive. Make that 3. Extra Solar is one of them. He has to get closer to the car as the spy is right behind it, and then he gets shanked to death. And it does look like we're going to get in him. Sis is going to get close, but not close enough. But, I mean, okay, 3 minutes 37. I can't do maths, okay? I did maths at school. I was pretty good at maths, okay? Just saying that. But tell me, somebody who's good at maths, 3 minutes 37 for the first 3 points to 12:48 for the last. How they must have spent what, 9 minutes? 9 minutes and 11 seconds pushing
Something
last.
like that.
That's rough, man. That's rough.
But I will say the only reason they really won that because Weecake went so aggressive in main. They just got cleaned up by the spy and the spawners. If Weecake stayed passive there, they probably would have held that, and they wouldn't have even capped last. So I'm going to say that was another kind of a misplay for Weecake.
Absolutely. I mean, they could have potentially hard-holded last there and forced forced Victory Road to have to try and defend third for a long time. I mean, this is still, like we said earlier, not an unbeatable time, but so far, Weecake sellers have pushed in fairly fast times. You know, like what? Basically, they're averaging around 7 minutes so far for their 2 pushes at the moment. So as long as they do what they've been doing the first 2 rounds, then they'll be winning this and taking the first map, which, let's remind you, Victory Road did choose this map. We do see again this just normal defense, and yeah, I mean, it's going to take something special. I mean, we could see a hard hold on first, we never know.
Yeah, it's possible, but I think Weecake now, they have their confidence back, their mojo is back, as you could say, as a Sackwave comes in, but it's not going to do anything. But so is him with the fist! Forces the medic with the fist of steel, just walking in. A classic extra solar play there.
did he have the stake? Was it the stake one?
Well, it wasn't even the stake, was it?
Yeah. He had the glowing fists, which I mean, I got wrecked by some dude in a pub the other day called Bob, and he was doing that strat. But you know, it shows you can use it in Highlander as well. You can just eat some raw steak, get your fists out, and it's gonna make medics force. And we'll have to see Victory Road whether they're gonna back off like they did in that second round, or if they're just gonna try and hold this with Nakari still alive. Can he deny this Uber? He's taking a bunch of damage. Murphy has been pushed away, but Sis is just going to be free to run forward. He does get pushed, but it's not enough. Lucia takes down Denkra, and they are going to get some frags here, but
they could be holding this, but their combo's just so far on the floor, on the low ground. They just give it up for free. It's kind of baffling to me why they're doing this. But their Uber wasn't great from Wiethoofd. Didn't really get denied, but it just didn't kill anything. And now they're going to have to take this sort of wonky fight on the low ground here.
I mean, they had 9 versus 6, and they had high ground, and then they gave up the high ground, and then suddenly Wiethoofd sellers are winning. Like it's you know, Anakin, I have the high ground. You know, it's the whole like it's high ground. There's a reason that meme exists. It's because it's true. You know, the high ground is good. Just it means you can shoot down, and other people have to shoot up. And there's no splash damage on the sky, proky, okay?
Yeah.
There's no splash damage in clouds.
And they're not even holding second.
Yeah, they've all the way back
even
to
a
third.
passive hold.
Might be the smart decision. They think, okay, we need to hold this. If they hold this for, you know, 10 minutes or so, then they win. But, I mean,
I don't know, but imagine if they each an extra minute or 2 just out of holding that passive second. It would really help them here.
It's going to be difficult for them. Bees is going to die, and this Uber is used actually really early by Buck. And look at Fluo! He's spinning around! He doesn't care, he survives and gets a flash. Sizz is going to try and push people away, but Fluo is getting so much damage down. Murphy is going to kill him though, which is probably better for Wiethoofd sellers. But I don't know, they've got no demo and no sniper on the defense, and we kind of know they're slightly important in Highlander, just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit, but I'm very surprised Wiethoofd took that Uber main and not just bust Boiler again. Because they had to use really early, but then VR just completely overextended main, used their demo. But now it looks like they're going for the Boiler hold, or the Boiler push rather.
Yeah, extra solo's gone down, as is Zamperoni, so, I mean, I was going to say 2 heavy mains there. I mean, I don't know what Zamperoni identifies as anymore. I'm
not sure.
He was a heavy main at one point. I mean, it counts. And Sis has gone down. So Lucian, on a 2-kill streak, but he is kind of watching this angle, and he's letting the enemy team know that he is, you know, he's here. You want to push into us, you got to push into my scope. And we're down to basically 9 minutes now, essentially, on the map timer. So 9 minutes for the map, but hey, the round timer is slightly lower, 8.5 minutes or so for Victory Road to hold on this third point, and it's not looking easy for Wiethoofd sellers. You know, the first couple of rounds it looked very, very easy for them to be pushing this third point. But yeah, I mean, it's this hold, isn't it, proky? This passive hold. As I say that, Lucian gets taken down by Denkra, so maybe that's the opening they're waiting for.
Yeah, Wiethoofd are doing exactly the right thing, just tanking your side for Boiler, which is what VR just weren't doing. They do have to use a bit early because Buck got hit by a pipe, I think. So they're not really going to get the force, but they do use an owl. And they are going to get out though, apart from extra solar. So that was a decent enough trade. They killed the heavy and the soldier, so they might be able to go and drive through Boiler.
Yeah, I think they're going to try and drive push this. There's only 5 alive, make that 4 for Victory Road. One of them is the medic, and he's across the sight line, but Spans is on the chase, and it's actually Zamperoni who gets the frag onto the medic, and that means an Uber advantage now for Buck. 8 minutes to go. That is how long Victory Road need to hold on to last. Before...
Good start to the hold. Buck dies to a backstab.
Oh wow. Okay,
yeah.
So I mean, it's not that bad. It could be worse.
Good start.
Good start. I mean, we've seen them hold pretty well on last. I mean, I'm going to throw back to Mex and his conches. Nakari has died there, which Pyro is pretty important in denying space. But there's no Ubers in play, and maybe a bit of a drive push coming in from Wiethoofd sellers now. Just focusing the car here.
Yeah, but fire backstabs Snow there. So Spy's popping off here in this second round. But I just wanted to go back to that third hold, that third push. It was absolutely picture perfect from Wiethoofd. They take the trade, then they drive push through Boiler and get all the frags.
Denkra's on a 6 kill streak. He takes down the scout there with a body shot. But he's being a bit of a menace right now. And because of that backstab, he's on a 7 kill streak. Spans is on a 5 kill streak. I mean, people are just getting these kill streaks. And, it's not looking good for Victory Road. They've got 4 players left alive. One of them is the medic and one of them is Mex. He's jumping around trying to get some distraction going on. The Extra Solar is in map room. He's in the window. He's gunning people down. Medic down to Sis on the detonator of all things. This could be it for the first map. Sis is on the car and he's just going to push it in. I don't think the car is going to do it. He tries to detonate and jump in there, but it's a bit of an anticlimax in the end. But it is going to be Weedcake Sellers taking the first map, Badwater, 2-1. This was Victory Road's choice of map. However, it has gone the way of their opponents, and Weedcake Sellers will hope they can seal it out on their first choices of map, which is going to be another payload map. And I mean, you called it. You called it. You did say, Proky, you said Weedcake Sellers were going to win, but they might drop a round, and that's exactly what they did. I mean, they essentially did drop that round. You called it. You said it was a throw. But I mean, Victory Road really have a bit of a mountain to climb right now.
They do. They really do. They just try and go for these dry pushes, but they don't get enough frags in them, and then they just get cleaned up when the Uber comes out. So, whereas Weedcake, when they do a dry push, they get the space, they get the frags, and it works out for them.
Who do you think was? I don't want to point fingers, but who do you think is letting them down on Victory Road at the moment? Is it tactics or is it individuals?
I think they don't appear to have a very strong main call, I would say. So they're definitely struggling with their coordination. But, I haven't checked the logs yet, but I'd definitely say they're just not very coordinated as a team in these pushes.
I'm waiting for Mr. British here. He's our log combining. Oh, View's posting them in Mumble. I mean, he's posting them, Proky. He's not telling us. He's telling. Oh, you can't hear him. You should hear the words he's saying right now. He is swearing. This is not a PG-13 stream. If you could listen to Wiethoofd right now. But thank you to Mr. British. I dare say he's the new Beep, right? Beep used to combine the logs back in the day.
I'm not sure to take that as a compliment or an insult. To be fair,
in log combining, I would say Beep was he was the original man who used to combine logs at the end of streams and post them in chat. I mean, Mr. British is kindly doing that for us right now, so we can take a look. I'm sure Wiethoofd is putting them on the screen as we speak, and I'm going to look at damage first. And Murphy hitting 31,000 damage, over 500 DPM across an hour of gameplay. It's pretty impressive. Flo just behind him, getting 2 more frags, but getting about 5,000 less damage. But top fragging, well, I mean, the snipers, of course. Denkra getting 72, so Lucian's 54, so nearly 20 kills more than the opposing sniper, but Lucian was the second highest fragger in the server. Was there anything you can read from that? Was Denkra winning the sniper battles, or was it, more protection?
The SVS is 16 to 15, so Lucian wasn't getting rolled in that, but Denkra just used his brain, He played with his team much more. He didn't get farmed as much by any spam or any spies, so he was able to frag out.
I mean, I did see so many times when they were pushing third, Victory Road. Lucian was in Boiler, which is usually where you want your sniper to be. I mean, if you were to pick a place, Boiler is probably where you get the best angles. And he was in there, and sometimes you would get a pick, but almost always he was either killed or forced out by either Fire, the spy, was just coming up behind him and taking him down, or Bees was pressuring him from the other side. And it just seemed that if he had one person with him, just one other player, just to give him a bit of protection, then he would have been able to do a lot more work, and it wouldn't have been a free kill for Weedcake Sellers. And that third point was the problem they had in pushing a lot of the time.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Highlander, you could put it down to whoever protects the sniper the most is got a much better chance of winning the game. And VR just didn't do that, whereas Weedcake were really good at it. I mean, the scout for VR as well, not having a good time, along with the pyro. So they just really got out-fragged, out-damaged, and they got that one round through a bit of a throw. So they kind of got, I would say, got rolled, really.
You're going to call this a roll? You're going to call this one-sided?
I mean, the 2 rounds that Weedcake won were pretty dominating fashion. And the one round they lost, I would say they threw. So I would say it was a bit of a roll for Weedcake.
We are switching servers now. Going to work our magic and get it done. I mean, I'm trying to read some other stories. I mean, we've watched the game, so we can kind of know what we've seen. One thing, I'm looking at the heavies. I mean, I think both heavies actually did really well. Pigman going 42 kills, about in the middle of the table there. But Extra Solar was the third highest killer, 52 kills. That's nearly a kill a minute coming out of him. 363 DPM. That's a lot of damage as well. I just felt that on last, at least, I mean, on third, he was getting picked off. I mean, that is kind of like what you need to do. That was what he needs to do, like killing that top left area. But on last, holding map room with bees, it was a very good strategy, and it totally denied that portion of the map, I felt, for Victory Road. They didn't really come. I mean, there was a couple of times where they did push in, but it seems that they didn't want to try because that heavy and the soldier were there. So, I mean, kind of a good positioning there. Allowed him to get a lot of kills. Drops from both medics. I mean, there was 2 from Buck we saw in the one from the second round, 1 from the third, but 3 from Snow, all coming in the first round, actually. And you see the heal spread is pretty much the same coming in from both teams. You know, tanking the heals on the demo. I mean, when you take a look at the sniper kills, the only people who got into double figures were obviously the snipers, but also Fire. 14 sniper kills. So clearly was giving Lucian a bad time. So we're moving on to Upward, Proky, and this is We Kick Sellers map. This is their choice. You've just won your opponent's map choice, and you're going on to essentially, you know, your home map or whatever. We Kick Sellers are going to be feeling good. Do you think Victory Road have it in them to kind of bite back? Because it is not the first time we would have seen teams winning opponents' maps. I mean, it happened in the last Prem final, if you remember. Like, you won our map, and then we won your map. Like, it happens so often, even at the highest levels. Do you think Victory Road can do it? And do you think they will do it? 2 very different questions there.
They have the potential to do it, but I don't think they will do it. I mean, it would have to take WeCake to make big mistakes to let Victory Road back into this game, but we did see on Battlewater they are capable of making those big mistakes, so it could happen, but I'd be surprised if it does.
I mean, it is hard. Like, it's not just about playing the game, but it's also mentally getting over that kind of hurdle of thinking, okay, we lost this map, we chose that map, and now we've got to go on a map that the enemy team wants to play. You know, it is kind of mental, and I really do think you need to just put everything out of mind. Like, I always say to my players, it doesn't matter, like, it shouldn't be a case of we should win this map, or, you know, we can win the map. It's just like, we will win every map. Like, it doesn't matter who picked it, it doesn't matter, you know, what order it is. You just play the map as it's played. You know, this is the second map. Okay, we need to play Upward now. We don't need to play We Cake Sellers pick. We need to play Upward. That's all you got to think about. And Victory Road, I mean, they had some signs of life. It wasn't, you know, I agree the rounds that were won by We Kick Sellers were very dominating. But Victory Road showed that there were times there where they had the right idea. They were doing the right thing. So maybe in Upward they can bring it to more success and we could move on to Product. But yeah, I mean, do you think it's going to go 3 rounds again? Or do you think this is going to be a clean, crisp, swift 2-0 for We Kick Sellers?
I'm going to say the same as Badwater. It should be a 2-0 for We Cake, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's a 2-1 golden cap here. I mean, it definitely has the potential to be one, but it should be a 2-0 win for We Cake.
Oh, okay, so I mean, you got exactly right on the first map. You said it was going to be We Cake Sellers win, but they were going to drop around. And I mean, I don't want to call you like Mystic Meg or something. You know, like you're a psychic.
You can call me Big Brain Bren.
Big Brain Ben. Okay. I mean, they literally did essentially drop around from a winning position. They dropped it. But we'll see how it goes. We do see We Kick Sellers are going to start the map on blue team. They'll be attacking first, trying to set as fast a time as possible, and then Victory Road will try to beat it. And again, this is a best of 3, so it'll take them 2 rounds to take the map. Of course, if We Cake Sellers do win it, they do win this map, then they will be through to the grand final of Division 1 to play HL Pugs TF. And obviously that is the big prize game. The winner goes into Prem for the following season. We'll see what happens here, but we got some sticky traps coming in from Fluo. Just normal stuff. Not going for the cart trap. Not going for the pre-game crit stickies. But have to see what goes on. And we see Brass Beast as well. on Pigman. So I don't know who came up with that idea, but some people use it.
I mean, it's viable on first. I mean, he's probably going to die to switch off it as well. But it'll be interesting to see if they're going to send a sack wave here for Wiethoofd, or they're just going to try and muscle their way in.
Lucian actually does take down Denkra very early on. I mean, see extra solar, who's now called extra tank, using the sandwich, and it's not worked out this time. And Lucian gets another kill, so yeah, obviously the sniper is the person to kill, but look at Fire. He's on the other side of the map. He's just going for that teleporter, doesn't want the respawns coming in. And so far so good, coming out of Victory Road.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'd like to see Denkra go up to roof here, because that's a very strong position, but he does get sniped there with no buff, so a bit unfortunate. But Murphy does bomb in. He's in tunnel, he's trying to pipe the NG, but he's going to go in alone, not even a sap on the gun. So that was a bit unfortunate.
Yeah, just a little bit of coordination needed sometimes, just to get the spy into sap and then get everyone else going for something. Just look at Zamperoni. Look at him, he's been rumbled. He's going to go for the heavy maybe. He's waiting on balcony or playground, whatever you want to call it. He's just calling for medic. He's just slamming that E key. He wants an arrow or something. He's just going to wait, and he's going to charge in now as the Uber gets traded. Dispenser's gone down. Pigman actually does go down there as Zamperoni's damage helped get the assist. That's taken down, and Lucian on a 4-kill streak gets ended by Fire. So the sniper has been eliminated from the battlefield for the time being, and Bees is going to take down both NRG and his sentry, and it does look like Victory would have to give up the first point now, get back onto second. It is going to be equal Ubers here, and they should be able to get a setup maybe, but no sentry for a while. Proky, NRG still got 5 seconds to spawn.
Yeah, I'd like to see an aggressive bomb over the top by Bees or Murphy here to try and just get frags, but so they just want to go in dry, but they do lose extra solar. So I guess it's just going to be a player into sniper on hill, and just hope he can get some frags.
This is the kind of the traditional hold we see now with the sniper, just trying to keep eyes on top. Murphy goes down there, so Lucian really stepping it up in this game, hitting those headshots. Gets another one onto Denkra, but he was buffed, so he's just going to go back sheepishly and get a buff and try again. But I mean, Victory Road, I dare say it. I'm gonna risk, I'm gonna risk it and just say they're looking a lot more solid defensively on this map than they did on Badwater. I mean, they look like they've got good holds going on here.
I would definitely agree with that. But it looks like VR are trying to do the strong opinions hold, as it's most commonly called. So being strong opinion. Oh, wow.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but Fumo 20 Grammy in 10 minuti car gets to backstab, another backstab onto Buck. I think that was a drop actually. So I mean, we're gonna see a huge advantage now for Snow on the defense, and yeah, I mean, big plays coming in here, and they're building up more time.
They're building up time, but look how passive they now are. I'm not sure why. Their med's in house, and their med just dropped. I'm a bit confused by this play here from Victory Road. They're putting the passive gun up as well. They're coming to this passive one. I was gonna ask you, CeeJaey, how to break this strong opinions forward hold, but looks like VR have decided to break it by just walking backwards.
Buck goes down again. He gets backstabbed again. Fumo is going huge. The spy. I mean, I don't really get. And then we get forced here. Yeah. What are you doing, medic? No! Don't block the car.
This is a calamity. Just as you said, they were looking better on defense as well. You shouldn't have said it.
Curse of the caster. I jinxed that so hard. I don't know. I took Fires. Oh, he's gonna get a buff. No. I don't know what they were doing there. They were in such a good position and they just backed off. I'm looking at extra solar right now because he's creeping in through sheer house, and the medic is not very healthy, but he's healthy enough to not die at a distance. Maybe their third hold's going to be better, but I just felt like they gave that away for free. And I don't know if you saw it yesterday, but that kind of whole trying to get a force on second before moving back to third, they didn't even need to. Like, the soldier, Beast, just jumped in. Lucian goes down again to fire. I mean, everything just seems so easy right now. They look so solid, and they're just a bit
walking in for
scattered.
free.
Yeah.
And Buck dies, but that's a bit of hope for Victory Road to holding this point. But they lose their demo as well. They're just respecting Wiethoofd way too much.
I mean, I dare say it now. I'm going to go back on what I said. I dare say that they're not winning because of strategy now. They're winning because their spy keeps taking down the medic. That's stopped this from being much faster at this point. I mean, from second and third, they look solid, but they just backing out far too easily. And you just, again, look how Sis and Murphy are able to walk up. No, Murphy's down.
Did he fall down?
He fell down into what I've been told this is the poop chute. This is what it's called. The poop chute. This is the place where just to the edge of the car tracks, you just fall down. There's no way you can get out. If you fall down there, you're done. You do not want to get into that area of the map. But yeah, I mean, it's just so easy for them to walk up in. They're at this side. Snow has Uber, and they're letting them go so far forward. I don't get this, proky. Please explain to me. Is it because Lucian's not in position? I don't know.
I can't explain to you. Like, look how passive they're playing, and they're gonna let Buck get a full Uber. Joe would be screaming to use in here if this was Phaler, but I just don't understand this. And they lose their demo and sniper before even having the Uber exchange, and they cap it out even have the Uber. CeeJaey, what's going on?
They're down 5 players right now. They have 4 players left alive. They still have that Uber, and you just take a look at Buck and Sis. They're already pushing up top. They have top on last. You know, Snow is really far back. Oh, fire! Gets really close. Gets a couple of shanks there onto Snow, and he survives. But Denkra is just letting everyone know that he's there.
Buck,
and then, oh, the spy!
Buck drops to the spy again. What is going on? Spy is really popping off for a Victory Road, but looks like they're moving up top here to kill the heavy. Not sure if they got forced.
I think they must have done, because Snow was down to about 70 HP, and I dare say they're I don't want to use the word stable. I don't think this game has been stable for 1 minute, but they're up on top now. They've got all of their players there. They have their medic, and they have an advantage. So this is as good of a position as you can get on last when you're defending. And it's taken 6 minutes and 2 seconds for Weak Excellers to push, as Buck died.
To
what
a heavy.
Did he die to?
To a heavy on the stairs. He was in front of his whole team. He just guns down to the heavy.
I just feel like there's no protection on Buck right now. They're not giving him, like, the eyes, I guess. Like, it's... The fact that they've got this far, letting their medic die this much, is, I suppose, is good for them, but they have to keep their medic alive if they're going to make a decent hash of this last push, as Snow does have an Uber, but I don't know, I mean, the spy for Fumo here, I'm not sure what his real name is, he's Fumo20, but he's picking up frags. 20 grams. He's picking up frags. He's really stepped it up on this map. Murphy goes down again to Nakari, and I don't know. This is just a bit of a feed.
It's just both teams are just making mistake after mistake. Just mind-boggling how this game's going right now. But Denkra is all the way up top. Look at does he not know the med's in the corner? Like, they could be pushing him, but looks like they take the trade.
Actually do take down Fluo, and Extra So is allowed to escape. Pigman is going to have to do a lot of work here, as his attacking input has been really successful. They have the high ground. Spans is going to get just obliterated there. Fumo is going to stop the car, and big jump in from Bees. He's going to get a lot of damage onto NRG. Will take him down. That sentry is only a level 1. Pigman is doing all the work here. He has to tank that damage. He has to keep alive. No! TXX! That is Snow. Just runs into a roller and he gets taken down. So now Buck has that Uber advantage. He's going to push forward. He's at 35%, and that's just going to grow and grow. The car is so close now. It just needs to go up that ramp, and oh, nice pipe there by Fluo. Puts him down to 7 HP, but just buying a little bit more time with that level 1. Proky is doing work.
Yeah, it's putting a shift in. I'm a bit surprised how passive WeCake are right now. I guess they just want to build up their Uber, but I thought they would want to be taking ground top and killing that gun.
I mean, yeah, it's a level 1. You spam it a little bit and it should go down. They're finally doing it, but they're doing it when NRG's got his wrench firmly on the back of it. It's now up to a level 2. It's going to be much harder to take down. Well, okay. Take that back. Murphy takes it down with survives. But Snow's gone down to Sis, who just gets in deep there and gets the medic. The car isn't being pushed, but there is total map control from Weetcake Sellers right now. Fire is going to be the one to try and get some time on that cart, but it is on a small ramp. It needs to go up constantly. It needs to be pushed all the time. Denkra is going to take down Lucian, and the Uber onto Sis is going to go right onto the spot. They're going to get so much damage down onto a bunch of people. This should be the time where people are pushing carts 2 up here. Nakari with the reflex. He's buying more time. There is crucial seconds, and Mex gets some nice rockets. He's buying even more time. It's not going to be able to stop the cart, but that's bought them a few more seconds. But proky, this is the first time we have seen Weetcake Sellers take over 10 minutes to push the cart to last.
That was definitely impressive last hold from VR there. They made up for a couple of their mistakes, getting a really decent time. So we'll have to see how they go on attack. But I would say it's definitely their game to lose with this time.
It's a very, very good time indeed. I mean, considering we saw an average of, 7-8 minutes being pushed for Weetcake Sellers on Badwater, you'd think on their map of choice that they'd be slightly more comfortable in pushing. But I don't know, it just seemed a little bit disorganized, allowing Buck to die that much. And, on last, they were practically feeding. I mean, you want to see coordinated suicides, don't you? You don't want to die one by one. You want everyone to die at the same time and hopefully take down something important on the enemy team. But it seemed they were just kind of rolling in and hoping for the best. But this is still only halfway through. We still have to have the attacking phase from Victory Road. They have to beat this time of 10 minutes and 11 seconds. They still could get hold onto second. I've seen that happen before as well, so anything could happen here. But definitely the pressure on Weetcake Sellers here to put in a good half of a round.
Yeah, they really need to make sure Buck doesn't drop and really get a bit more spy aware. And if they do that, then they should be able to put up a really decent fight.
First point is very important with regards to the sniper reveal, and Denkra is on that playground area, that balcony, and he did get the first kill of the game. However, if he manages to get taken down, that opens up so much more for Victory Road. You see Mex, he's jumping all the way down to Denkra on a 2-kill streak already, and Murphy is going to pipe down Nakari. There's lots of suicides coming in, but they don't get anything of note, and Denkra is still alive on a 3-kill streak now. And the teleport has gone down by 20 gram, but that's going to slow down the respawns, but they need to get the picks as well.
Yeah, they should really be sacking for Denkra, because there's not really much of a chance to get a pick on the medic here, so if they were to sack for Denkra now, and they would have really opened up for Lucian to get some good space.
They're getting decent time on the cart actually, and Mex is going to jump in here, gets a rocket onto Denkra. Denkra's very weak.
That was a really nice second rocket.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to be able to be in position for a few seconds, so that's time. But I mean, that's all it takes is another shot, and he takes down the car. He's on a 6-kill streak, and this is what we saw on Badwater third. You need some pressure onto that sniper.
Oh no! Fire just pistols down Snow in the corner. What was that?
That was a drop, my friend, and Denkra on a 7-kill streak. Victory Road they have taken down the sentry. Denkra has been taken down as well on an 8-kill streak, but gets headshot by Lucian. So a lot of players going down for Victory Road, but they've got rid of some important things on the battlefield. There is no sniper and there is no level 3. It's only a level 1 now, and Zamperoni is going to have to try and build that up. But saying that, Spans somehow gets Snow.
They were so aggressive there. They were giving them no respect and just doubling forward, and Lucian dies again. Same old story with Lucian getting farmed by fire.
What we thought was such a good time on the defense coming in from Victory Road is not looking that great so far. It's taken them 2 minutes to even get close to capping this car, but I think the frag onto Murphy earlier on is what's opened things up, and maybe they're on the chase now. Pigman is dead, and they're going to try to get some pressure on the people on the top. Extra Solar has died. Denkra is getting pressured out. He's not going to be able to snipe. They do have only 35%, and Buck is on 100%. He's only at 80 HP there. He has to be careful. He could get bombed. He's in the corner. But there's that cheeky soldier jump, which I'm sure Mex is going to try and do now. I'm waiting for him to do it. Do it, Mex! Please! No, don't shoot rockets at the pyro. Do the cheeky jump. Nope, the Uber comes in from Buck, and they're going to take down a bunch of people. Mex and Pigman get double stabbed by fire, and Snow is going to get taken down by Spans. He's actually dominating him now. Took an Uber this time to take him down, but I mean, they've got the cart quite far, Proky, but this is very messy attacking play.
Weetcake did exactly what VR should have done. They Ubered back in their ad, and they wiped the combo. Perfect play from them. And Now, I'd like to see maybe just some sacks from VR. They have 7 minutes left. They've got time to do it. So
Still a lot of time, yeah.
Yeah. They shouldn't be afraid of just like sending some people in, playing on their sniper, and just trying to work some picks.
Still plenty of time. I mean, if you get it rolling, as long as the cart is moving, then it's pretty good. It is rolling back right now. That sentry is not going to make it very easy for anyone to cap it for free. And Fire is going to get a backstab onto Lucian, so no sniper. And pretty much the sniper for the attacking team is probably the biggest opportunity to get a pick here. We do see a bit of a push from side tunnel. Nakari is going to tank a headshot, but everyone else, oh no. Fluo is going to get taken down by the stickies. They have to be careful here. They don't have an Uber yet, and we cake sellers do. They're on the chase. Snow is desperately trying to get away. He's going to dodge behind the sentry, but the last sticky from Murphy will take him down. He was down to he was about 87% Uber, and that's so close. And like you said, proky, this is what they should have done on the defense when they have had bait the team into close to you, and then just Uber onto them, chase with the scout, and it's been so effective.
Yeah, Fire again has been killing Lucian. He's been playing it alone on hill. They have to just play around their sniper here and get the pick onto Denker and then work from there. But the combo goes side tunnel and just leaves their sniper for dead on the hill. Then they just decide to walk into a combo when they have disad and they get rolled for it. And Fire gets Lucian again.
Max trying to land a rocket onto Denker. He does get a little bit of smash onto him, but he just tanks him with a headshot. And Denker is... Yeah, I was going to say, he's the obstacle right now. He is the obstacle. On a 5-kill streak, he's just rotating his position, just moving around and just getting kills. Everywhere he peeks, Pigman is now down as well. Look how far forward he is. Extra Soul is in front of him, just being like, anyone comes through, I'll let you know, buddy. You can back off. But he's just getting damage down, and as long as Denker is alive, it's very hard for them to push forward. Look at Lucian right now. He has a little bit of a buff, but really, he should have someone with him. Oh, he does, actually.
That time he did, but the combo's going tunnel here. Probably going for a trade, but Lucian's going to have to take the sniper fight against Denker without a buff or anything. So it's going to be hard for him.
That's not what you want. You want to... Oh, actually, Murphy goes down, though. The scout sneaks in through the side and takes down Murphy. So no demo. That should make this side push from tunnel easy, but Denker's just popping off. He's taking on everyone, and like you predicted, takes down Lucian, who didn't have a buff. Sentry has gone down in this Uber, and Extra Solar takes down Mex. This could be another... Could be a dry push here. Fire and Spans are on the chase, so is Sis, and they are going to take down the medic Bees. Gets the credit for that kill. And a bunch of players are just fading away here for Victory Road. We've got 4 minutes and 10 seconds for them to push all these last. Still plenty of time as NRG gets one shotgun kill and then gets a fist kill onto Extra Solar. But Denker is now at a double figures break. He's on a 10 kill streak, and someone needs to stop him.
I'm not sure what Lucian's thinking, whether he's just mega tilted, but he's just playing alone, he's not playing with buffs, and he's getting farmed for it. So really not making sense what he's doing.
You see really passive hold here from Weak Kick Sellers right now. That's kind of important. I mean, they gives them a lot more space here to move forward, and everyone's quite weak as well. So I mean, if they can get stuff done, they take down Bees. Extra Solar should be caught out here. No, he's going to back away. I mean, they have... Oh no, Fire is allowed to just... He gets Pigman and he gets Lucian. I mean, he gets 2 of them through. They are going to get their second cap, which is going to reset the round timer, but it's still 3 minutes. They have 3 minutes to get the car from second all the way to last in equal Ubers, and it seems almost that Weak Kick Sellers gave that to them for free. They weren't 100% comfortable and just said, you know what, give it to them. Third hold's a better hold for us anyway.
Yeah, it's not a terrible call there. They keep their Uber. There's 3 minutes left. Like 1-2 good Uber exchange on this point, and it's basically game over for them. And they lose their demo again before even Ubers are popped.
Well, I mean, Extra Solar goes down there to a headshot, but you can just take a look at the positioning here. Bees is really far forward. Murphy's spamming down.
To a spy again.
And he's escaped. He's escaped. Like he might die now. He does, but he escaped there. He managed to get away. So this is the opening they've been waiting for. This is you can't ask for more.
This is a lifeline for VR. They take this Uber in, but it's just not killing anything.
Fluo just gets launched out of the server. Air Blast is ridiculous. I don't know how that happened. But yeah, would you see them being cleaned up again here? And Sis on a 4-kill streak, just kind of doing some... I mean, Akari's trying to push the car here and get some stuff done, but I mean, he gets thrown around as well and cleaned up.
I don't know, like, Weecake make a mistake with like dropping, but then VR just make bigger ones. They're having an awful Uber trade. They did manage to kill Denkra, but it was so late in the fight that nothing didn't matter. Now they're going to have to try and bust drive with only 1 minute 30 remaining.
I think it takes roughly 40 odd seconds to get from third to last, and that's pushing the cart with ×3. So the pressure is definitely on. They have to get people pushing that cart, and of course it has to go up a bit of a ramp. That means you have to stay on it, otherwise it will roll back. But Denkra, he's gonna take down Pigman. Lucian does get revenge onto Buck though, so I mean, medic down, Snow's on 80%. It's still doable here, but it's a big ask.
It's definitely doable, but they need this Uber to be absolutely perfect. They can't afford to drop anyone in the time sprint cart all the way here. And they dropped their heavy right before it. But they're not pushing. They're waiting in-house. I'm not really sure what they're waiting for. They have to go.
I just saw Nakari fall off the map. I think he got body blocked by bees. He tried to jump around like the stairs and then just fell off. 40 seconds.
Using in. And they dropped their demo for the Uber. I don't know what to say, CeeJaey. This is a calamity.
I think you need to have a drink, proky. I think you need to just center yourself, because odd decisions, definitely. I mean, we said that was such a good time for Victory Road, holding for 10 minutes, and then they just kind of don't push.
I mean, look at this. They're 1 up for Weecake. Imagine if they did that a minute ago. They would have had a real chance to take this round, but they just waited for no reason.
I don't think they're even going to get the third point here, actually. Yeah, so I mean, first round goes to Weecake Sellers, and it's almost like I'm not going to say it's put on the plate for you. Definitely not. 10 minutes is not a great time to push, but it's not the worst time. You can definitely hold. However, if you're the attacking team in that situation, I mean, first they got stuck a little bit. Denkra was farming. He was getting on a decent kill streak, but after that point, like, it just seems some questionable decisions. Like you said, Lucian not being given buffs to help in the sniper v sniper fights, and pushing in Uber versus Uber rather than waiting until they got an advantage. And then on third, they got a med drop onto Buck, and then Buck died to a backstab later on, and they just weren't in position. They just didn't, go in. And it's almost like that second round on Badwater where they waited till there was 25 seconds left, and they only managed to capture it with less than a second to go. They're just not preparing themselves, perhaps.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the logs here. Denkra died 8 times. They got 29 kills. Lucian died 19 times in 22 minutes. Like, they really just need a player on their sniper to try and control Denkra.
I mean, you heal a sniper and they can do stuff. Like, it's pretty much simple as that, especially with the fact that you can't just have Razorback and get a buff now. Most snipers aren't running a Razorback. It makes them easier to backstab, and, the spies just have a field day if you're on your own. So you want to play with your combo, get those buffs, and try and win in the sniper fights, because you said earlier on, it was like 16-15 on the sniper fights on Badwater.
Lucian actually got more sniper picks than Denkra.
So he's definitely not being outclassed. He's just not getting the support. I mean, dying 19 times, nearly dying once a minute. It's very hard to get picks, and that's what they need. They're getting these picks. The spy's been going huge, actually. I mean, he got 9 kills, so he's actually near the bottom of the scoreboard, but a lot of those were medic kills.
5 of them were on Buck, in fact.
Yeah, I mean, five med kills. If your spy's doing that, just imagine if you were healing your sniper as well, and he was getting some kills, then hey, you're golden. That's good pushes. But I think it's a little bit more than that. I mean, when you take a look at the fraggers, we see 2, 4, 6, 7 of the top 9 fraggers in the server were from Weecake Sellers. The only other ones in that top 9 were Pigman with 22 and Thor with 19. So yeah, I just definitely think the player quality is definitely there for Victory Road. They definitely have, the players are capable of doing things. We've seen some huge plays coming out of them, but maybe just the organization isn't missing a little bit. Just kind of group up, give protection to each other and just follow up on the frags that they're getting, because they're getting picks. They're just not taking advantage of the situations that are being given to them.
Yeah, like, I'm not sure what's up with VR Scout, but he's having a really bad day, it seems like. Again, struggling bottom of the scoreboard. So, there's a couple of players who just have to just play better for them VR to order to take the series.
They are in a situation now where we're in the second map. They lost the first map, which was their map choice. And they've lost the first round of this second map, which is their opponent's choice. I mean, it doesn't get harder than that, having to come back from a map down and a round down, on a best of 3 on payload. They're in a situation where, one more round loss and they're out. They're done, and they will be getting a third place medal. I have seen people bounce back from this. There is one game where I casted a while ago. I think it was 2015, 17, something like that, where it was the Nations Cup and Sweden lost their map pick to Russia, and then they had to play against Russia on Steel, and they were round down. And it's like you're a map down and a round down on Steel against Russia. Like, it's pretty much GG. You might as well go home at that point. But they they clenched, they fought, and they managed to, win the next 2 rounds on Steel, and then go and win the decider. So teams can come back from the brink, and that is exactly what Victory Road need to do right now. Otherwise, it will be weed cake sellers into the Division 1 Grand Final to play against HL Pugs. We're going to see Victory Road attacking first this time, so we'll see if they can make it to last or even to third, with weed cake sellers defending for now and trying to beat that time later on. Do you think they can do it? Is it going to happen?
It would be a big surprise to happen if it happens, but worth noting, Fire's played 4-5 seasons in high, never got above a 3rd place medal, so statistics are on Victory Road's side here, but I'd be very surprised if they do it.
So if they win this round, then Fire breaks his 3rd place curse?
Yeah, he does.
I mean, we're going to find out how strong this curse is. Is Victory Road, can they channel the power of that curse and, summon the power to relegate Fire to another 3rd place, or will Fire break that streak and get into a grand final? We'll see what happens. I mean, you're talking about players needing to step up here. I think the entire team needs to just refocus and just say, hey, we need to do this. Let's just focus. Let's protect each other. Let's help each other. And I think that starts with getting some pressure onto Denkra.
Yeah, clear on their sniper this round, give them some buffs, and then frag. That's what they've got to do here.
You see some stickies put on Denkra. Denkra's 2 HP. Fluo flies in and gets 2 stickies onto him, but it's not enough to kill him. That's really, really unfortunate.
Yeah, they're doing the right thing. They're just bombing Denkra in these sack waves, and they're quite unfortunate not to get the kill. They should just keep doing it, really. Give Lucian something to work on.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Some classes need a little bit of support, and you need to give your sniper a buff. Fire is going to take down Lucian, and Denkra also takes down Fluo. Mex is going to go in for a bomb, gets 1 rocket onto the sniper. Can't get any more though. Is going to get body shot down by him. But the car is in a decent position now. This is where you start to think, okay, we need some sort of pick, and then we need to take an exchange. I think they just need to press W more, just really commit with all of their players when they're all alive, rather than waiting for something to drop. But again, Lucian is going to get taken down by Denkra. We do see the scout go in, but that sentry watches. The sentry's basically blocking the top. But Murphy's gone down, proky.
Yeah, they should probably take the trade off it, which they are doing. So they should try and focus down the gun, which gets stabbed. Good play from the spy. It should go down, it does go down, so should be able to come in dry and take the point, but it looks like we've got a pause.
And I thought we were going to slip through a cast without pause. I genuinely thought we weren't going to have pause lander today. But I mean, this is we're playing the game of what's going to happen next, I mean, that was good. I mean, they got a pick onto Murphy. They came out with the Uber. They managed to exchange. They managed to get decent damage down, and they also took down the sentry. So you can't really complain too much about that. I mean, look at Denkra. He's, 16 HP? Really far back, not in the action. The Uber is being used aggressively on Bs. He's going to maybe trying to get some damage down, but I feel if Victory Road repush this should be the first point for them.
It should be, but we'll have to see how that goes. But again, already Denkra's got on a 3k. Lucian's on 0 points, having died to fire twice, I think, so far this round. So it's already begun. Yeah, they're still.
I mean,
not
there's
playing
5
their
people
sniper.
on Victory Road with 0 points at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, we got the sap from the spy, 20 gram, so that's accounting his 1 point. I mean,
the Kari killed Fire once, so that's a kill for him, and Pigman's got a 1 kill. So 2 kills so far for Victory Road on this attack.
it's not ideal. I'll give you that. But I do think, regardless of that so far, they're in a position here. I mean, you take a look at Fluo, he's buffed. He's 230 HP. B's first rocket is missing him. He's not going to take any damage from that, maybe like, a little lick of damage. But he's going to be able to get out and reconnect with his medic. And the Uber from Buck is, what, 33% at the moment? Actually, it's really weird, because on my HUD it says 34%. On Buck, if I look at him, it says 33. And on the stream, it says 32. What one is it, Valve? Come on.
Well, I don't mean to add more confusion, but my HUD scoreboard says 34. I look at him and it says 0. So
Whoa. Well, we've been lied to
who knows
here.
what's going on?
The esports Illuminati are hiding the truth. Maybe Buck's got Uber hacks. It fluctuates. But his Uber's pretty good. He's still got a third of his Uber to go. And, he can't really chase. I mean, Sis is looking the wrong way for a chase. And it's being put onto Bees. But I do think if Buck gets any closer, he's going to get gunned down by Pigman. So I do think Victory Road are in a really good position here. The only problem is Extra Solar, who's running the Natasha. Now, I don't know if the stream can hear this, but I can hear the constant firing of the Natasha, and it's boring into my skull. So, I mean, that's wonderful. But, I mean, I think if there's any reason that they don't win this, it's because Extra Solar is going to slow everyone down and going to really cause a problem.
Yeah, as the impulse actually comes out here. So Bees, as you said, is just going to get pushed straight out of that top right. And the VR should be able to take this without losing too many people.
Yeah, they're getting some decent damage down and decent card time. There is a sentry back up, but it's only a level 1. That should be pretty easy to destroy. And it's actually going to be the scout who takes it down with his pistol. Fire manages to cloak behind during that and get Lucian again. So, it sounds like apparently it was Lucian who timed it out. That was the cause for the pause, but we do see pushing on the top now, and Extra Solar's got that Natasha. He's trying to
so much damage. Oh my god, that was a really good play there from Murphy and Extra Solar. Murphy was forcing them to not walk forward, but Extra Solar was stopping them from walking backwards, so they were just stuck there and get far.
I have 6 words for you.
What's that?
Fumo 20 Grammy in 10 Minuti car.
Did he kill Buck?
He killed Buck and he killed Murphy. He gets the double stab. The big payload in Highlander, getting the medic and the demo, 2 quick stabs. So, I mean, despite all of that, despite the Natasha essentially freezing snow in time, allowing him to be easy pickings, the Spy is he's just getting in there. He's just getting these med picks, getting these demo picks, and he's doing it. And it's going to be a 2:37 time for the first 2 points. It's pretty good so far.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, at this point, you've got to think, like, what is Buck doing? He's been backstabbed so many times, and it just continues to happen. But there is an ad here for VR, so let's see if they do anything with this.
I mean, if they had been pushing like this in the previous round, then they may well have won the round. I mean, it's all down to what they're going to do with this advantage now, because they're in a situation where they have an ad. Mex is going to jump in. He's just going to get launched out the server. Actually, no. He lands perfectly on the stairs. I'm going to take that back. Mex
is up next, getting launched.
It was just flying in, and there's going to be an Uber exchange now, as Buck did get that Uber. They are pushing the car here. NRG, Lucian, and Mex. Murphy gets just thrown off. And it's just frags everywhere.
Yeah, but VR taking that trade, they do get the demo, but they're not really working any ground in here. I think their med died as well, so it's going to be another ad for Buck, so it's going to hopefully he doesn't get backstabs, and they should be able to hold this. But they're just giving Flu so much space in main. Yeah,
he's getting free spam onto that sentry, which it has to be wrangled and has to be fixed up by Zamperoni, doing the best he can, wrangling it and then healing it. And you look at the card time, it's actually pretty decent card time. They got 3 players on the card. I think that's a bit over the top. You don't need 3 players because, okay, now you do because one of them died. But they're actually getting a ton of damage, a ton of kills.
They're just going to cap it.
There's only 4 up for Weak Cake Sellers. 420 for the first 3 points. I find that humorous, Proky, because 420 time and weed cake sellers.
Yeah, good one. But Mex is on the spawn. He actually kills Zamp in the spawn door and gets out of his life. That was a really good play from Mex there.
Mex was my MVP on that winning round for them on Badwater. He's doing so much work for them. Just he has the right idea. He's going forward. He's taking that space and just being really aggressive. Pigman takes that. Look at Akari. He's dropped down underneath. He knows where they are. He's reflecting. He's doing damage, and then the Ubers are exchanged. But it's now going to be Sis. Oh no!
Oh.
Exclamation mark pit in chat, please. And okay, I mean I get hyped for Victory Road, and then it all goes wrong. I'm just gonna stay like monotone throughout the entire cast.
It's okay.
I'm not getting excited because when I do, it all goes wrong for them.
I'm gonna call that was a brain play from Snow. He was gonna die to the Uber, so he decides to end it quicker, so he gets a faster respawn.
Tactical death. I like it. I like it. Yep. I mean, he is only about 10% behind Buck now, so it's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, look how far the cart is actually, and you take a look at the scout. Quart is actually on the cart. He's pushed it really, really close. So now it's at that point where you just need to push it up that little ramp. Beast gets taken down by Pigman, who's just slowly walking up these stairs. Or Denker taking them down.
Yeah, look, they've got this top area now, so they just need to play around their sniper, tank him up. But he's actually on the Razorback. Fire's forced him to Razorback, so he can't even get busted by Denkra.
Wow, that's it's gonna be tough for them. Looking at Fire here, I don't know if they know he's there. He's gonna uncloak if he gets Lucian here. Oh no!
Right.
Oh no! Proky, hold me.
I don't know what to say. Like. What are they doing? Like, what are they doing?
Snow responds, bad game mode, meet me in sixes. So Fire uncloaks, manages to pistol down Lucian, and the spam pipes from Murphy do drop the medic, and they are in a decent position now. Lucian is going to start reeling off a couple of headshots here, takes down Murphy, takes down Denkra, who was on a 7 kill streak. So starting to maybe open some doors here. I mean, they still have a fairly good time if they manage to push this now. They have an opening. NRG is maybe going to try and challenge extra solo. He's going to get taken down though. And Nakari's going to go for the cart, maybe for a bit of a cart play here. The sentry is watching from the main area. He's actually getting decent cart time here, Nakari. The sticks are coming over. He's doing it. He's putting the team on his shoulders. He's going to die there, but he's got the cart back to the ramp. So, I mean,
actually, we kicked left top there during because of that cart time, and Blue was getting some decent positioning up there. Buck's sort of stuck on this forward front stairs bit.
Yeah, I mean, he's up there with spans. Murphy's gone down as well, so they have to use the Uber here. It's just about whether they can keep enough players alive, and they have. Great flashing there by Snow is going to keep many people alive, except for the demo, though he does get lost. But Nakari, again, is on the cart. He's just going to say, look, come to cart. Pigman tries to go in there with the fists, and then everyone just starts fading away. Fire with the backstab onto Snow, and that is going to be 5 down now for victory. They have to wait for their respawns and try again. And they are going to have a small dis-ad, but they did build that last one pretty well. I mean, they ended up with an ad.
They take the Uber trade, and then they just all decide to run to car instead of fighting the players, and they just die because of it. So, I don't want to tempt fate, but this is looking pretty yikes for VR here.
Yeah, I mean, 420 is very fast for the first 3 points, but we've been on this point for, what, 3 or 4 minutes now? So we're already looking at a 7-8 minute time. Anything longer, and you see again people are going for the cart plays. The scout again gets it halfway up that ramp, but you've got a heavy up in the window behind you, and you've got a level 3 watching the cart from the front. It's very, very difficult unless there's a distraction for those two things. You need the NG to be wrangling at something, or at least take that sentry out and have the sentry have the heavy worried about other things. And we see Fluid goes for a jump. I think he's trying to go for the sentry.
Interesting decisions out of those players, but Lucian does kill Denkra and Murphy dies, so this is definitely an opening here.
Yeah, I mean, that's something for them to work with. Murphy's also gone down as well. They are losing a few players. The Uber has been used. Buck just ticks over 99% to 100. Doesn't actually have to use either. They're going to get enough kills to just settle themselves up on the top. And that's the worst thing that can happen, really, is, you've got an Uber advantage. Again, I don't know how that happens, And then we see Buck uses his Uber there. I think they're trying to chase, but they're not actually going to get anything with it.
Fire does kill Snow, so yes,
right, okay.
Successful Uber. But Snow was walking up these stairs here with Pigman, and he drops Pigman fully Uber, then has a really bad Uber, and then dies. So he had a bit of a shocker for Snow this game has been, and he gets backstabbed walking out of spawn.
Fire has been, excuse the pun, on fire. So far this round, he's been getting so much work done. A couple of med picks from him there, but also getting other players as well. Buck is actually alone. Buck is actually, look at Pigman. He's got, oh, he's gonna go. No! Is that heavy? Oh, he gets
Buck
bees.
wins the fight.
Buck with the arrows is going to keep himself alive, but he was alone there. It was only because bees jumped up to join him that he had a barrier between him and Pigman. Otherwise, that could have been very, very bad for the Weak Cake Sellers. Sis is just using that detonator to jump back and forth, going back to the respawn now, but Zamperoni, there's just no pressure on him. He's got a level 3 up. He's got a teleporter entrance on the spawn that takes over to like the balcony.
So he's just whacking his gun.
Yeah, he's just whacking his gun. But I mean, like this teleporter means that you can spawn even if Denkra dies. He's been sniped by Lucian a few times here. Even though he dies, he can just go on the respawn, take the telly, bam, I'm all the way up back on the balcony. But Fumo 20, that's 20 gram. He's gonna uncloak now. Does Zamperoni know? Has he just got plus attack on? He gets backstabbed. He gets sapped. That sentry has been eliminated from the competition, and that does mean as well as Murphy. So this is the opportunity, Proky. This is the time.
Yeah, we'll have to see how this trade goes before we get too excited.
I'm not getting excited.
Nothing. So
no.
Okay. Spams just runs in, 2 shots Snow. Lucian gets headshot.
This isn't too bad. I mean, Fluo's up, Pigman is up, Mex is getting a lot of damage down. He jumped onto the cart and then jumped off the cart and takes down Denkra. You take a look, people are on the cart, but there is a level 1 sentry. There's only 4 alive for Weak Cake Sellers. Buck did get an Ubersaw or 2 there, I think, onto people on the cart. I think it was the spy he managed to kill. But I mean, they're losing Murphy. That I feel like that's a big pick, Proky, but it doesn't seem like that big in what they're doing at the moment, the way they're pushing.
Oh my goodness gracious. Buck was holding top and he chose to drop down and he dies to a mini, like through the drop down hole. I'm not sure what his thoughts were on that play, but not very good.
There's 3 people alive for Weak Cake Sellers. There is a level 3 sentry, but did you know if you crouch behind the sentry, like Nakari's doing right now, you don't actually get shot by that sentry. However, you need to kill the people behind you, and at the moment, they're not doing that. The sentry is down now, Pigman. He has got his Fist of Steel. Buck is on the cart now. Everyone's just blocking the cart. I mean, it's 1 minute 45 on the round timer. At this point, Weak Cake Sellers might just hard hold the last.
Yeah. Would definitely wouldn't surprise me. The way this game's been going, if they just don't cap it at all.
It's we haven't seen sort of a first attack being held at any point yet. I don't think we've already seen it go to completion. However, it's not looking very pretty for Victory Road right now. They do have an over advantage, about 15%. It's not huge, but it's something. Pigman's just opting to go for the cart again. He's on the Fist of Steel, but he's still going to take damage, and Murphy has to drop down to try and deal with him. Sis says it's hammer time, and he's going to take down NRG with the power jack. But the backstab onto Denkra should open things up, maybe for Lucian to go for something. The sentry's now on the floor. Proky is going to get sapped, but will it go down? It does go down. I mean, this is nearly it.
Top as well, but Buck actually managed to get out. It was a soldier Uber, and Buck uses in main, and this is all just a bit of a mess.
I mean, the scout was so close to the cap. It got to like the cart was nearly over, and he jumped back. I just feel like they're all individually going for the cart. If you have one person go for the cart and one person be like, hey, I'm going to buddy up with you. Anyone tries to kill you pushing the cart, I kill them. Even if they kill you, then I'll push the cart. You know, like at the moment, it's one person trying cap. As Denkra gets a headshot onto Snow, I'm gonna call it there. I think that's the killing blow, because with no heals, no Uber, and 10 seconds left to go, Weak Cake Sellers may well have held this last point and put an absolutely enormous amount of pressure. I mean, Fluo is on the demo night right now, So you know, I think he'd realised it was all moot there. 420 for the first 3 points. So the situation as it is at the moment is Victory Road need to hold 3rd point totally and they will win. If they do that, then they win. However, if they hold it for 4 minutes 20 or longer, then they can hard hold last point and then they will win. As it is, Weed Cake Sellers only need to cap 3rd point faster than 4 minutes and 20 or capture the last point at any point in this round. So lots of scope for them, lots of time. It's going to be a tough ask.
Definitely, and I think VR's beyond tilted at this point as well. Yeah, Fluo's still on demo night, so I'm not sure this is going to be a long round.
This could be, I mean, we could see Weak Cake Sellers just storm this. I mean, 420 for the first 3 points, that's still fairly fast. So I wouldn't be surprised if VR managed to hold it for longer than that. But I can't see them hard holding last at this time. They've really kind of struggled in the war of attrition, where it comes down to pushing that guy a little bit more, and a little bit more. And we'll have to see what happens. And like you said, yeah, we do see Thor, aka Fluo, on the shield. Lucian does get the first kill though, so Murphy down, extra solo down as well. Who knows? We could see a hold on first.
Maybe the ultimate comeback will come in, but did I think Fluo just charged in and crit Denkra with his sign. So
who says Demo Knight can't work? I mean, he got killed, got the snipe. Yeah, that's a big pick.
He did it.
We're seeing the cart pushed up a little bit now by Sis, just pushing it up to that corner. And we are just waiting now for basically exchange extra stroke on the Fists of Steel, eating that steak. He's going to go for the medic. He gets one punch. He does force the medic, and he runs away. There's a cheeky flash there. He gets out. He's going to go for the takedown.
Zamps in with the Uber charge, but he won't get anything. They will cap the Py off it.
I mean, it's one way of getting a force. It works.
Yep, it works. Looks like the forward holding here for VR. Not going to give them any room on hill.
From Pigman actually makes Murphy levitate and gets the kill. And actually getting a decent amount of kills. They take Buck down.
Pigman kills Buck.
Brass Beast is the new meta, heavy mates. You heard it here first. I mean, they do have Uber advantage now, and what, 245. I mean, they could get a pretty hold here. I mean, it's going to be a big ask for Weak Cake Sellers to push all the way to 3rd in the next couple of minutes. So I'm expecting to see a last push at some point.
Yeah, they should definitely be able to force them to cap last here. But then they do have a big Uber out as well, so I'd like to see them just use it in. But will they actually do it though? Doesn't look like they want to.
No, they're playing really on the low ground. They do use it, but
they're chasing tunnel.
There's nowhere there. There's no one there. I mean, maybe they're going to wrap around.
Going behind?
Going for a sneaky play.
Going through tunnel? Are they still in tunnel?
I've lost them. I mean,
they're
getting some kills. What's going on? Okay, he's battling Murphy. Oh, he gets to kill Murphy!
Okay.
Snow gets the Ubersaur onto Murphy. And he types in chat, demo down, push. And wants his team to get aggressive off of that pick. Buck down to Fluo.
Yeah, so this game's just turned into a bit of a meme at this point. Fluo's in on the car.
He's still behind. I'm just waiting for him to charge in. Does he still have the shield on? Yeah, I mean, he's going to go for the medic. He's missing the pipes. Buck stands still. Oh no! You never expect them to stand still.
Looks like they are going to hold top here and try and salvage something.
I mean, Weak Cake Sellers have to push in the next 1 minute and 10. They have to cap 3rd in the next minute or so. Otherwise, we are going to extend this game even longer. But Murphy takes on Akari, Denkra takes on Lucian. Lots of backstabs going on. I mean, it's just DM.
Yeah, this is reminding me of a pug, frankly. But yeah, they're just walking into each other. Buck dies to a heavy up top. I'm not sure what's going on, CeeJaey.
They've extended the reservation of the server just in case this does go
Fluo chards off
to
the
a
cliff. There's an Uber on red, not killing anything. Looks like they're gonna have to cap last at least, so...
Yeah, I mean, it's right. Professional time now. Right, so yes, you know, weak cake sellers, they're not going to be able to push the third point in 10 seconds. Can they push last? Or can Victory Road hold last until the round timer finishes, and then they will win this round and we'll be going to a third map of Upward? I sincerely doubt it at this point, but you know
I'm
what?
not sure.
Stranger things have happened.
Zam just walks in and gets the NG and gets the medic and gets the demo. So Zam's doing things.
That was NRG. That was NRG for
Was it?
Victory Road, yeah.
Oh, my bad.
NG mains, I mean, they all blend into one.
Yeah.
Really. Let's be honest.
X-bombs a car. It's a kill.
Oh, reflect kill. Semex on a 6 kill streak turns that into a 7 kill streak for Sis. I mean, just air blasting. You click your mouse too. So yeah, I mean, this is.
I'm just not sure how to cast this. It's just a pub.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. I mean, at this point, just end it. Weak cake sellers, just push, just go forward. I think they are trying to, but just because Victory Road are just running forward and DMing is actually working. This is what they should have been doing, just in a more serious tone.
Yeah.
But
I mean, we do have to make sure they don't meme themselves into having to play a golden cap here. So I've seen it happen when teams start memeing.
yeah, that is true. That is true. I mean, basically, Victory Road have to hold for 9 minutes and 40 seconds on last, and the server shuts down. So
I guess Fire's broken the curse and he's into the final.
I'm predicting that. I'm predicting that went a 2-0 to weak cake sellers. I think. I mean, I have a slight kind of. Can we get confirmation, Wiethoofd? Are we moving to a third server for the deciding map, or are we over? This is over. We have confirmation.
And apparently they shut down the server and there's not even logs. So
It's not even. That's.
I think that was a bit of an instant shutdown.
So yeah, I mean. Yeah,
that was a game. That was Highlander.
That was Highlander. Well, there we go. I mean, weak cake sellers, a little bit, I don't even want to say shaky at first because they were pretty solid in that first round of Badwater, but get pegged back on a very, very, very close round, less than a second in it. And as Proky said, pretty much a throw with 25 seconds left to go, but they did bounce back to win it 2-1 and on upwards, despite that first round looking like it could go the way of Victory Road. Some very fast pushing, and again on the second round, pushing very fast. They became unstuck and couldn't push last, meaning weak cake sellers take it 2-0, and that is 2-0 in maps. We will not be having product tonight. No King of the Hill for us for the second night in a row. Gosh darn it. But that is it, and so that means weak cake sellers are through to the Division 1 Grand Final. They'll be playing against HL Pugs TF, the top seeds, only dropping, 1-2 points this season, looking pretty unsurmountable and pretty difficult to overcome. And I'm sure we'll be organising that at some point and finding out whether they will be able to overcome it. But Proky, I want to ask you a question. I want to answer it. You want to answer this in the most serious way you can. Okay, is that a deserved win for weak cake sellers? Do you think the score justifies the gameplay we've seen tonight?
Almost certainly. I mean, they just rolled them. At the end of the day, they threw one round on Bauer just to make the game closer. You know.
Okay, I'm looking at Wiethoofd in the chat, and they're looking for interviews. So we have got some peeps in Mumble already, and these are people I thought they just strolled in. I thought they were going to come in and gloat, like these heavy mains, just getting really cocky and, just coming in and being like, oh, look at me, I won. But we are joined by Chris Cast's own casters, Buck, who was playing medic for weak cake sellers, and we have Extra Solar, who was the heavy for the same team. Congratulations, boys. Well done. Coming into the game at the start, I mean, you guys, we were talking at the start of the game, me and Proky, about how close you guys were. You had one more point than them in the regular season. You were just about eked over the line and getting the second seed over them. However, they did beat you apparently in the regular season. So, it was pretty much open for debate on who would be the favorites. Did you feel confident coming into this game? Did you think you would win it as one-sided as that, or do you think it would be closer?
No, we were pretty confident coming in. I mean, we were getting good results in the scrims on our payloads. We knew that our weakest maps were Goddy Wash and whatever we banned next. I think we kind of threw Warm Tick against them, I must say. Like, was it Warm Tick we got put up? I can't remember actually.
I think so, yeah.
We kind of threw that during regular season, and we were having a few problems with just our comms on Goddy Wash in particular, so we decided just to not play that map this time. But our payloads and scrims have been like really strong, so we felt comfortable on those maps and product as well.
Buck, I don't really have a question for you. It's more like 6 words. It's Fumo 20 Grammy in 10 Minuti car.
Yeah.
You seem to be getting backstabbed a few times, and we did notice on one of the rounds on Upward, I think the enemy spy only got 9 kills, but 5 of them on you. Do you feel that was just the chaos, or what? Because it seemed that he was only really going for the big payload picks, just going for you, going for the demo. Was that kind of an issue for you at any point during the game?
Yeah, like obviously the focus onto me there was like really strong from their spy, and like I will give a shout out to him for doing that because it did kind of impact us more than we thought it would. Well, it impact me obviously especially, but yeah, I mean he was going for like demo and med picks, but I mean eventually we kind of just focused the car, especially on like third and stuff like that. Like with every sort of push we were doing, like I feel like our pushes were kind of well-rounded. So like we kind of got cart time and managed to get picks at the same time. We kind of just trusted in our sniper. Like Denko was going off quite a bit, which is really good, and Murphy was doing a lot of damage, and our flank came in strong, especially on the last holds as well. So yeah, overall it kind of just worked out around that.
Eventually we sort of found out his decloak spots as well, so that really helped us going forward.
We are also joined by, excuse me if I'm saying this wrong, Kwa and Nakari from Victory Road. Welcome, commiserations. You guys had some really close rounds on some of the games on the maps, like especially the second round on Badwater, which you guys clutched with. What we could tell was less than a second left on the clock, and Upwards you pushed the first few points fairly fast, but just kind of came unstuck towards the end there. Did you think it was going to be that close, or did you feel that you were going to be sort of under the hammer for most of the game and you were really going to have to, press yourselves out of it?
Don't know, lack of coordination, lack of communication, clutter on the comms. Our main caller leaving the team like 2 days before the official, actually a day. I don't know, just messed up stuff. Wasn't expecting much, but was happy we got the first round. Genuinely thought we could like at least take Badwater. Did not happen. And I realized in all of this chaos, the only thing we can probably play is COD. But apparently COD is our third map, so unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, Quad, do you kind of agree with that? Do you think it was more the coordination, was the lack of, was what your main caller leaving the big issue, or did you feel that you could maybe win a map here today?
I think mostly like an Highlander team without proper main caller, like proper coordination, just not gonna work. And I think on both maps kind of showed what happened. Like without proper comms, without like a proper plan, it's not gonna work. And yeah, I agree.
But I mean, third place in Division 1, you guys have done pretty well this season. I mean, you were only 1 point behind second place after all, so you've had some pretty good results. You should be proud of yourselves for getting to this point. First of all, but I mean, Buck and Extra Solar, you guys have one more match before the end of the season. You have to play against HL Pugs, who Proky was saying at the start, probably the big favourites for winning. Do you see yourselves as the team that could possibly topple them and get that space into Prem for next season?
Like, I'm not gonna lie, it is gonna be a tough fight. Like, they have some really good players, and I think it's probably gonna be like the kind of ultimate showdown match, I guess, of Div 1. So yeah, I'll be looking forward to it. But I mean, I think we'll still contend against them. Like, I think it'll be fun overall, though. So yeah.
Extra Solar, do you agree with your teammate there?
I think at the very least it's going to be a good game. Like we had, we kind of tilted a little bit on Warmtick in the regular season, but we've ironed out a lot of our problems on that map, and we took a golden gap on product, which was really close. So I think we can at least give them a really good showing. Be a really good game.
Okay, good show. I mean, good showing, good game. I mean, I want to hear some fighting talk. I want to hear, yeah, we're going to win. We're going to go Prem. Come on.
No, I don't want to sound too cocky because that means I'm a toxic Brit heavy main.
The humility.
The humility. Okay, that's good. I mean, Proky, anything you wanna probe these guys with? Anything you wanna find out more of?
Not really. I think you've asked big questions, and I just kind of want to forget that upward game ever happened. Really.
That was a very interesting last couple of minutes.
I think shotgun heavy is just too strong.
I didn't pay attention. I'm gonna be fairly honest with you. Once I saw once I saw what was going on, once I saw Fluo flying off the map with with the shield, it was very tough. It was very tough. But no, a good game all around, and it was entertaining. And some of the rounds there were extremely close, especially the Badwater one where clutched it at the last minute. We'll head to shout-outs as we've pretty much covered all the gaming content we can. We'll do alphabetical order, and Buck, hit me.
Shout out to the team, shout out to the enemy spy, because that was pretty well played, and also shout out to them getting that cap in that very last second. I think that's probably the closest cap I've actually ever seen. Like, it was literally within the 1 second. So yeah, it was pretty funny to watch.
Definitely an extra solar.
Yeah, I want to give another shout out to Police Squad, of course. Want to give a shout out to my boy Jim Vickers. He's just the best game I've ever played with in my life. Shout out to Beez's Damage. And shout out to Porky, of course, for filling in at the last minute.
Good stuff. Nakari, any shout outs?
Yes, shout out to Ace and Slowdown, my mates. Shout out to Extra Solar for giving me, what's it called? What was the melee league we played? That medal. Yeah, the medal. Thanks a lot. Also wanted to say LFT UGC Premium, main sub, next season, hit me up. Also Ken Merck, Grand Finals Division 1, any class, hit me up, of course. And lastly, I want to say add HL Pucks, but I think it's enough Highlander for me, so I'd rather not.
Are you telling me you don't want to play more Highlander after
Yeah,
that?
I don't.
Okay. I mean, there's nothing good. There's nothing better for a Highlander loss than more Highlander. Losing in a pug in Highlander can just really, really just bless your night. Proky, it's been a pleasure casting with you. Do you have anything you want to add? Anyone shout out to?
Shout out to Wiethoofd for getting me. Shout out to Jeeves, Patrick, Oleski, Austin, and shout out to Yak, who should have won last night if he had a better heavy main.
Ooh, fighting talk. Well, I'm going to shout out Wiethoofd for doing all of the stuff in the background. Thanks for getting all of the production down. Perfect, as always, getting all those graphics up and hitting all of the camera angles. I'm sure you picked up all of the great shots that we've been seeing. Thanks for watching. This has been Division 1. I don't know what we've got in the future. We do have a Division 1 Grand Final between HLPugs.tf and Wheatcake Sellers, who you saw tonight. The winner of that will qualify for Season 18 Premiership Division. And then we do, of course, have the Premiership Grand Final. That is going to be between Super Dickmans, Kanonen, and Failer Esports, who are known as Joyotech Failer now, I think. And, of course, the winner of that will be crowned Premiership champions and arguably the best team in Europe. And we'll have that all live on Critscast. Check out the screen now for all of our plugs, our Twitter, Patreon, Discord, all of that, and check out some of the merch. We do have a LAN coming up in the future as well. Copenhagen Games happen in April 2019. I think it's the 17th till the 20th. There is going to be sixes, there is going to be Highlander, there is going to be lots of content, and we'll be covering all the action for you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.